dun, 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 dun. Guys, welcome to another episode with the Comic Menu with your co-star, co-host, co-everything, Dell, and my co-host, co-star, co-pretty beauty queen, Mr. Caesar.
I am
Which
pretty.
I mean,
I mean, you said it, fool.
I
Not
did
me.
say
I
that.
didn't say
My,
it.
my
You
bad.
said it.
But I'm always telling jokes, so it is what it is. Uh, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We do have a great, amazing first time guest on here. We have some regulars. We have some grumpy dude with a beard that knows how to draw. We have a very spontaneous, exciting guy with a dream and showing everybody. And we got another guy real calm about the art, enjoying everything, going to the cons. And then we have our main artist. So we're gonna go one by one. And the one that was late, Mr. Kincaid.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I was right on time. I caught the
No,
countdown, dude. All right,
I thought.
you were
I
on
was
time.
walking
You're
the
right.
dog. Screw you.
Oh, Jesus.
Then our spontaneous right here, Mr. Jason.
Yeah,
What's
look
up,
at
guys?
What's
going
happening?
that.
And then we have the opposite, real chill dude, James.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
What's up,
how's it
James?
going?
James.
Mr.
What's
Positive.
up?
And then we have our main guy. I'm sorry we're rushing the intro. We only got a few minutes with our main man, Mr. David
Yeah.
Nakayama.
David,
Aloha from
what's up,
Hawaii.
buddy?
Hey, Shaka
Hey, guys.
brother. Shaka
Hey Ryan,
brother.
how are you doing, man?
What's up, bud?
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up?
we have listen, guys. Original is going to be at 10:40, and then it was going to be at 10. We only have David on because David has adult things to do. But the fact that we even have him on for just a little bit is enough. We'll take it. But you know what, David? You owe us another rain check for
Okay.
future show.
Can
We
do.
get to have you for 2
Hey,
hours.
David,
And
don't
we
do
get
it.
to yeah.
And he said, "Don't do
Run
it."
while you
Don't-
can.
Don't listen to the bearded fool because he just.
And it is my fault because I've been hitting on David for the past 3-4 months on his thing. Like, hey, look at this. We're going back and forth. He blew me a kiss once or twice, and I took it like, you want to be on the podcast? Like, let's go. Uh, but finally, we're able to get him on. We do appreciate it, David. I'm gonna let Caesar start off with the questions because I don't want to miss any opportunity. My jokes can't
Yeah.
wait. I'll leave them with Mr. Kincaid over there. So Caesar, go ahead and start them off.
So normally, David, because we do have short time with you, towards the very end, we're gonna let you just absolutely plug away with what you got coming down the pike, and
Thank you.
everything else. But I like to know. A lot of people like to know when we talk to these artists, like the inspiration. When did you start drawing, and when did you realize, hey, you know what, I could actually draw? What age are we
Oh.
talking here?
About last year, I realized I could
Yeah.
draw.
Was it about a year ago?
Yeah, about a year.
That's what we hear.
This is why we get along.
It's really hard to shake that imposter syndrome. There's always
Facts.
amazing, better talents than you out there, and you don't feel worthy. And I think I finally have this art book coming out like very soon. That helped to make me feel more legit, but it's hard to get your head around any of that. I started when I was 13 years old. I saw Jim Lee's Uncanny X-Men. I was like, I need to do that for the rest of my life, but I knew it would be a long time because I wasn't like naturally talented at all. It was just willpower, right? So I knew what I wanted to do early on, but it took me many years until my mid-20s or something to even land my first job. I think I have like 7 years of school under my
Yeah, you
belt.
in Chicago, right?
What's that?
In Chicago, right?
First job?
No, you went to art school in Chicago. Am I correct?
Oh no, I
you
have a degree from WashU in St. Louis in
That's
illustration basically, and then I did 2 years at the Kubert School, and then I interned
That's
with Mark Silvestri's company in Century City for a couple of years, and then I finally got my first paycheck. We were talking off camera about how that felt, and it was wonderful in the sense that it says Marvel on it, and that was very exciting. But you start kind of at the bottom, it's not big money necessarily.
Did you save it?
No, I didn't.
Mm,
Maybe I
Starving
guess I'm not
artist.
sentimental like that.
Yo,
I don't save a lot of things.
he signed that mad.
Yeah,
quick.
he signed it on the way to the bank, right?
He was.
First comic book, David. First comic book. The first one you picked up and unlike me, didn't read. But first comic book you picked
Yeah,
up and read,
that's true.
that I read.
or not read, just one you actually just
I think the first comic I remember buying for myself was a random Spectacular Spider-Man with Sal Buscema art where he's fighting
Ooh.
Puma, and I cannot remember what number it was, but that should be enough for someone to figure out if they wanted to. I think the thing of the 200s,
Yeah.
something like that. And it was totally random, but I just, I got a good Spider-Man story out of it, and I liked it. And I sort of filed it back in my brain, and it's sort of, everything was leading up to comics, but it was really that Jim Lee X-Men where I was like, wow, this art is really different and amazing.
It was dope. It was fire. I get you.
so.
It just grabbed me by the neck. I was like, wow, this is incredible. I had no idea comics
Oh
would open the
no!
door for
There he
me.
is. There you are again. Yeah, we have David.
It's,
Oh, was I out? Did I
internet
Yeah,
just
you know,
from the
Oh,
I
island,
think
bro.
your internet dropped out.
Oh man, you missed the
I
best
am- I-
story.
I
I
missed
just
the
told
bit.
Oh, we
the
just
best story
story.
of my entire life.
You got to go now too. Look at that.
It
Oh,
cut out
man.
at Puma.
Right. I tell you what, the one artist, dead or alive, that you have yet to meet or have met, that is your absolute influence. Who would it be?
Well, my Mount Rushmore was Jim Lee, who was
Here we
the
go.
gateway drug, the Washington, and then after that it was Adam Hughes, and then it was J. Scott Campbell. And I fortunately met all three of them, although Jim Lee for the first time last year. And so I get to say, I was able to talk to my heroes and tell them how much their work meant to me, how much I respect it, how much it influenced me. Um, I actually got Mr. Campbell to write the foreword for my art book, which is an unbelievable. I think
Wow.
that is crazier to me and
Yo,
more exciting to me
congratulations, man.
than the art book.
Heck yeah.
Oh, good job, homie. Nice.
Isn't it weird
the best.
how isn't it weird how years have gone by right in front of our faces that I remember about I just remember Gen 13. Whenever I hear Campbell, I think Gen
Yeah.
13. That's the first thing I think about. When you think of Stan Lee, what's the first thing that pops in your mind? The first thing.
Ravage 2099.
Liar.
I knew you were going to say that. Wow.
Like that, because
Wow, that's a
I mean,
that's
it's
a
Spider-Man,
side
but-
B. That's a side B, my man.
yeah. It's Spider-Man, but yeah, man, Ravage 2099. That is actually what popped in my head first because it's so weird to me.
That's interesting. You do such great work, and along with Ryan, I'm starting to and I always tell Ryan, I just told Ryan this not too long ago that I can see a Ryan piece and go, that's a Kincaid. And do you see yourself going, that's a Nakayama? I mean, that's a Nakayama. Do people look at
Dude,
you and
you
go,
can-
Oh,
you can
yeah,
spot
man.
that out
100%, dude.
Man, bro.
from a distance.
Look at that.
I hope so. I hope so. People tell me that. I'm trying for that. If you go look at, I keep mentioning this art book, but it's high in my mind because I went through 12 years of artwork, and there was a period like when I was starting at Marvel where I was kind of figuring out my style. I was coming out of video games, and I
Yo,
was.
by the way,
yeah.
I have to say your video game stuff too. A lot of people don't know about that. I make music for video games.
I'm
so
amazed
just-
you know about that because video
Yes.
games love to anonymize the people that work on it. But
Do they
I was
ever?
coming out of drawing all these different styles and trying to figure out who I was in comics. So you can see a lot of experimentation in those early years, and I realized after a while, maybe after a year or two into it, that being like diverse and how you approach style is actually a negative, and it's better to be known for a certain thing so that people can identify you. Like that's really important. So I've been working on that ever since, and I think by now, like the way I work is the way I work.
so
This is
let's
crazy
open it
that-
up.
I have a question to ask.
Oh,
Actually,
the coffee. Yeah.
Look at that.
I'll let you ask your question real quick. But that came out. The last thing that came out with you're super proud of that. It was like it's DC licensed and it's gonna be on a
oh, that's
coffee.
sick.
That is cool, honestly. Like to have
Yeah,
that on a
that's sick.
coffee bag.
Isn't that crazy?
Yo,
Yeah, I
that's
think I'm
sick.
in.
Yeah,
I like
like
coffee
this,
and I like comics, so shit.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, it's amazing. Like I'm so used for years to making these things, and they're a comic book and that's it. But more recently, some of the things have been repurposed for like coffee is a crazy example. But right before that, like I did a cover for a Deadpool Wolverine thing, and that got repurposed all over the place when the movie came out, which I'm absolutely not used to.
That's
So
phenomenal, man.
let's go ahead and open this up. So you
Jason
guys
has
have
that question.
questions? Dell,
Well,
the
you got
question.
that CGC signing coming up. Have you done those before?
Yes, sir. This will be third year running. We
That's
do it
awesome.
just about once a year, really. But that's like my favorite. I guess I never. You're talking about like, do you feel like you've accomplished anything? I never feel more like accomplished than when I do that. That's somehow very special to me.
So when you're doing those signings, do you love seeing the old stuff come? Like, let's say when you're early on Marvels and stuff. Like, does that excite you, or does like this brand new Harley badass piece that you just put out? Uh, are you loving the direction that you're headed? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like I love it when people buy the brand new stuff. It makes me feel like I'm moving in the right direction, getting better, whatever. But it also I love it when the old stuff comes in because it shows that that person's been a fan for a long time. Sometimes people bring me a real mix, and I always comment on that when that happens. Like someone brings 10 or 12 books, and some of them are old and some of them are new, and you can tell that they've spent a lot of time going through their collection and thinking about like picking the perfect ones for them. And I mean, dang, like what a compliment! It doesn't get much better. I always try to thank those people profusely.
So before we ask the question here, I'm gonna let
Mhm.
Jason ask his question before he forgets.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, funny. So okay, as I'm a musician and I'm known for like a certain sound, and I get what you're trying to say. You should find your lanes, and you create your style, and you'll have always have a lane. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
same thing in music.
Mhm.
So with me, I have a specific drums I go to. Okay, now your colors, all right, when you're doing art, I need to know, how do you come up with your color palette, bruv, with each piece? Because that's so interesting to me, because
Thank you.
it's so, it's just really great color palettes, bruv, and it's really, really interesting. And it blends so well. It's like music to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The right drum or the right, everything kind of gels. And you got to explain to me your thought process on the color
Sure.
palette, bruv, please.
I I love your comparison with music. I hadn't thought about it that way, but I bet it's pretty similar when you
Hmm.
hear my explanation. I think in like the same way that you're going for a power chord or like a juicy hook or something in music, I'm looking to hang the whole piece on a big bright color. You know what I mean? Like
Ooh.
every piece is going to have some kind of anchor color that from a million miles away will hopefully attract your eye, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Sometimes in art school they say, oh, if you want to be realistic, you got to kind of keep things in the gray area and have high contrast. And I'm like, nah, I just want everything to be like the biggest, brightest, most saturated colors I possibly can print.
Oh, see that's now that's a great way that people, like, especially our viewers watching now, they can start to learn about you and your art style, is to look for that. I mean, because it's incredible, bro. I mean, it knocks me off my feet every time I walk into my studio, and I'm
Thank you,
thinking,
brother.
man, color palette, man, I would just so
Jason's looking more at that cover than he is to us. Like he's just
I'm
turning
sorry,
back. He getting whiplash.
man, that thing is sick, Yeah.
Turn
I'm
around,
so
Jason.
sorry,
No,
but like,
you're
No, you're
good.
you're good. You're good, Jason. So
so
we have a
so
go ahead. Go ahead.
second part to that is that, okay, so when you get your color palette, okay, now you get your color palette, and you work on the most saturated color on it, like you said, okay, does the character itself help dictate the saturation of said color, or do you just you say, hey, I'm going with a color, and then
Mhm.
we're gonna wrap around that, or do you go from here to there, or do you go from here to there? You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
It's case by case, but
Oh, okay.
one thing with superheroes that really I think naturally leads to that approach to color is that they're all dressed like all the traditional ones already have at least one or two really strong bright colors baked right into the design.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's really easy to start there and embrace those local colors and then either put that same color in the background like I do with the color bleed covers or the opposite one. So like I remember doing an X-Men cover I was like, oh man, what color am I going to put in the background? Because they all have a strong color. And I settled on like pure cyan because no one has that color. So they all contrast and popped against that particular
Oh,
color.
nice. Okay. Hey, thanks for answering that. It was really nice to get your a little from one producer to another. It's
I
nice.
love it when
Thank you.
people ask a new question. I've never answered that
Yeah.
before. So
Oh,
Because
that's
we're talking color.
I'm pretty sure this one is probably not new.
Hmm.
But which is the most memorable piece you have done? Memorable.
Memorable. Speaking of these color bleed covers, we were thinking on this art book about what should be the cover for that, right? Like, how do you summarize 12 years of work? What is that one piece that's going to be on the cover? And I thought about that, the Scarlet Witch all red cover that I did that sort of kicked off that whole series of color bleed covers, as I call them now. And that was such a important moment in like the retail exclusives that we do, the convention business that we do, the trajectory for my career in general. Another one like that. I don't know if I just went out.
Yeah, it's
kind
that
of
For a
Hawaiian,
second.
a little
It's
bit.
like
that Hawaiian internet.
split seconds. You're good.
yeah. Okay. Good. Anyway, so the reason the cover of the art book is just like that first Scarlet Witch cover. It's an all red Scarlet Witch cover. It's an acknowledgement of how important that one piece was. I don't want to be the guy that does only color bleeds. Like I do magazines. I do, we're doing these sort of pinup shots that are all about the colorful power sets and things that the X-Men have. Like I try to do different things, but that is one thing that I was proud of at least.
As David, you know very well, I collect your art. You signed many pieces for me.
Thank you. Ben.
I think you've got a very good balance of when you guys are releasing these color bleeds to when you're doing your other books, your other, your normal
Thank you.
Catwoman covers and all that stuff. You're definitely not saturating it. Yeah, I like how you guys have done it. It's pretty good because you'll come out with the color bleed here and there, and then you've got 5 or 6 regular issues coming out, and then another color bleed here and there, and then a new Rogue, Savage Land, all that stuff. So no, I think you guys are hitting that one pretty good, bud.
I'm really glad to hear that. I'm relieved to hear that. And we need to get a color bleed persuasion going real soon. We really
Something
do.
might have been talked about that, I think.
What's David? What is that one character that you have yet to
That's the
draw
question.
that you're dying to draw, but you have yet to do it?
Well, it depends. Like at this point, I've probably drawn all the characters I love once in some context,
Ooh.
but I think it's more like, with Catwoman, that was really special because we got to do it for 16 issues in a row. They were the main cover. Really got to thoroughly explore that character. I feel like I really have a handle on how to draw that character. But there are a lot of characters where I've only drawn them once or twice, and I haven't really got my head around how I would do it. So my bucket list includes stuff like.
Oh man,
There it goes again.
Start over. You got to start it over.
Start with the bucket list.
Bucket list. Go start over.
Bucket list. It's regular covers on X-Men, Captain America, believe it or not, Batman, believe it or not. These are characters I've drawn once or twice, but I haven't figured out how to do it my way yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You need to have a run to really get your handle on it. To the point where we're starting this Wonder Woman run next month in October. And it's Batman. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm starting to figure out Batman. You can see the Kelly Jones influence here because I think no one does Batman better than Kelly Jones. So I'm borrowing liberally from the heavy blacks, the intersecting capes stuff that he did.
It's almost like a negative space Batman.
Yeah. I mean,
out of the shadows.
It's very right. It's very dark with the blues. And
I love Batman blue and gray.
You just see the grays popping out. I love that perspective.
So
I'm glad you like it. It when you do that much black, it does kind of turn into a negative space cover in a way.
Yeah. I like looking at stuff that you can stare at. I as a kid, I used to get my brother's albums, the album art, and just stare at it for hours as I listen to the albums.
I love that one.
And I do the same. If I could do that with the print, then you're doing something right, and that's what I
love
get with
this
that.
one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
So
Oh, man, what? Go ahead.
I have a question for my friend in Sweden. But he's not watching now. We said time difference. And he told me to ask you this question. All right. All
All
right. All right. So you've been involved in creating some variant covers, which have become a huge part of comic book culture. What do you think makes a variant cover stand out? And how do you keep your designs fresh and exciting?
Hmm.
That's
Well,
exciting.
color is a big part of it. I think your job as a cover artist is to stand out. You know, and go to the comic book store. There's hundreds of issues that all came out that day. What are you going to do to be the most eye catching? And I think a big bright color is one way to do that. I do think draftsmanship is part of it. When they look closer, it's got to look,
Oh,
it's got to
that's
have
sick.
that juicy detail in it. I think having actually just one big character makes more difference than you think. If you think of it this way, like let's say I draw Crisis on Infinite Earths and I have 300 characters fighting 300 characters. Maybe you get one small anchor character in there, but overall you can barely see anything on that cover.
Right.
Versus most of my covers really get in there, get really close up on a character, and I've noticed recently that if you have a character that's sort of sitting or that you've cropped out the legs and just get really close, they'll look huge, on the comic stand. Like it will just draw the eye more. It sounds so obvious, but that is one of the biggest tricks you have. Like getting in close, it matters, and having just one big thing to focus on matters. It works. Like it's just how our brains are organized as humans. I can't fight it. It's just how that works.
Where
Thank
did
you.
you
Thank
draw
you.
this one
That's
at?
so dope.
Yeah, well, that's a good example of contrast.
Mhm.
I'm making you look at a certain thing because
Mustache.
it's no,
Her
I can't
sword?
tell. I
Is it
can't
her
tell.
Yeah.
sword?
It's her hair.
It's
It's
gotta
her
be the
hair.
it's gotta be the ribbon.
It's her
It's gotta
hair.
be. I do
right?
like the way that David likes them thick. Let's be honest.
Oh, oh, John Yang is in the comment section. What's up, brother?
Oh, there's
Hi,
John right
John.
there.
What's up,
Hey.
dude?
Yeah, and
Fabulous artist.
no, I got to tell you, whenever we have people on, and Ryan could attest to this, we always have artists who come on the comments, and because the artists love to support artists. I mean, now
Agreed.
trust me, yes, there are some who are kind of wacky, and we try to kind of away from that. But I think for the most part, you guys like to see each other succeed. You want to just like cheer the person on who just
Absolutely.
triumphs.
Yeah, and I don't know how other guys feel about it, like John or Ryan, but I feel like we're kind of in the same class, like the same high school class, came up
Yep.
about the same time. So I feel like really connected to, our generation or whatever of artists, and I particularly want to see them succeed. People like Campbell have come along and they were big deal 10 years before any of us came along, so they're kind of doing their own thing, and I respect them as these mentor figures. But I
That's the
particularly love,
alumni.
yeah, it's
They're
there's
the
there's that
esteemed
kind of vibe.
alumni.
There's something about
Oh,
what do you where do you see yourself? Sounds like a job interview. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Honestly,
Oh man, I have no idea. It's
Where's my cassette?
impossible. It's impossible to tell. Like I hope that some of these dreams I have of doing regular covers for X-Men, or that Cap run I've dreamed about since I was reading Ron Lim Captain America in like the 90s. uh, they're just certain unfulfilled dreams, and I guess that my hope is to check some of those off my list. I got to say though, like the DC stuff, Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, like DC is doing. Oh my god! I just realized my finger's been in the frame for like I don't know 20 minutes.
No one cares.
uh, DC has really done an amazing job, like giving me runs on iconic characters that I can really sink my teeth into. That's so satisfying for an artist. So extra props to them.
So would you say you're more Marvel than DC?
Not at all. I grew up with both. I don't have any artificial team preference or thing like that. When I went to the comics store when I was a kid, it was Marvel and DC, and all I ever wanted to do was draw for Marvel and DC. Other things came along later, but it was always those were the big two, and are in my heart. Like those are the characters I care the most about, and I hope I can continue to draw forever.
So there's a couple of questions I've passed and missed, so I'm gonna have to bring them up real quick. So the first one is Star Wars or Star Trek?
I like both, but slight edge to Trek. And here's the ironic thing: I've never drawn Trek, and I don't know if I want to, because it's more about the
Right.
it's more about the likenesses of characters.
Sure.
Star Wars is more visually interesting and maybe more fun to draw.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. Like artistically, I think I'd rather draw Star Wars, but as a viewer, I watch every Star Trek thing with so much interest.
I just did Trek, and I'll tell you right on the likeness thing.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see your
was
Trek.
very,
That's awesome.
very difficult, especially when the first one was
I want
like.
a 7 of 9 cover. Someone give me a 7 of 9 cover.
I got. She's in mine.
You're kidding.
You know what? It is interesting because anyone could draw the Stormtrooper and Vader and all these characters because you could look like. But when it comes to someone who looks like Spock
or Kirk,
someone who looks like Kirk,
yeah,
it's like now you're getting to a little bit of realism.
Shatner,
So
bro.
I get it. I get it. I totally get it.
That's the one like commission at a show that I will never do is any humanoid Star Wars character. As far as like headshot, because unless you draw Mark Hamill, it just looks like a blonde dude on a damn cover.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's really tough to thread that needle. Like you can do it and not make it look like Mark Hamill, but like the more cartoony you are, the easier that is to pull off. But if you're anywhere within realism, people are going to go, not quite.
Yeah, not there.
So,
it looks like his cousin.
Dorf has a question here. He goes, he's a Green Lantern nut, and then Show Lanterns is coming out. How does he get you to do a Hal Gordon?
I don't know. I have people always when we're talking about color bleeds. There's certain holes. Like we've done a lot of them, but I haven't done any of the Green Lantern Corps. I haven't done any of the Avengers, and those are like big ones I'd love to add. And how perfect would Green Lantern and all of its cores be for color bleed? Like I would love to do one for each of those.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So there's a big question right here. DNA, do you feel that you'll stick with mostly covers, or you'll be doing more interiors in the future?
Well, I do have this story that I've had in my head for well over a year, and I haven't drawn one thing for it because cool cover things keep coming up. If I ever do interiors, it'll be this book that I write and draw and just do basically everything myself.
Nice. I have one more question, if it's all right. It's just
Go
one
ahead.
more question from Sweden. It's just one more. My friend, okay. So he works in the gaming industry, and he works from Candy Crush. Those guys
Yeah.
there? All right. So,
Yeah.
okay. So as someone who has worked in both the comic book industry and the video games, what differences do you see in terms of creativity and audience expectations?
Well,
He's a comic book guy too, because he loves your stuff, by the way.
See,
Shout out to my boy UK.
I feel like my answer is going to be negative on games, but I love games. Like if I turn this phone around, you would see my shelf is full of physical games that I have. I love them to death, but working on games is a different animal than comics because it's a much bigger team, and therefore your percentage of what you're contributing to the team is smaller. You are a cog in a much larger machine, and you have to be comfortable with that. You have to be a team player, and you cannot be like out there trying to sign your name on stuff and get the glory. Like people don't react well to that in the video game industry. There was this time where I worked on this mobile game, and we put it out there. I'd worked on it for like 3 years, and I was really proud of it. I was like, I drew this key art for this game, yay! And it got like a few likes. And then the very next day, I posted like a sketch that I did in an hour of Spider-Man, and it got more likes. And I kind of couldn't believe it. It kind of blew my mind. And the part of me that has always wanted to be a comic book artist, like you go out there because you want to sign your name on the books and like do that performance for people, and I like that too much. Yeah, I like that more than being a cog in the machine in the video game space. Yeah.
So there's a
Makes perfect
two-part
sense.
question here, and I'm gonna ask my question after this because I need to get Ish's question here real quick. You get offers to do interiors or just covers, and if you could do interiors for a mainstream book, what would you choose?
Hmm.
Ish.
I rarely get offers anymore. People know me as a cover artist and they want me to do cover art. The problem with doing interiors is they would not look anything like what you expect my work to look like, right? Like the reason my stuff looks like my stuff is because I spent 3 days on it, right? And I couldn't spend 3 days on a single page of a comic, or it would take what 6 months to make. So it's not worth it. It's not feasible. And yeah, so that's the problem. If I were to do an interior thing, I know it would have to be in a different style that's simpler to produce. Think something like manga, right? Like manga has
I'm
figured out
excited. That
how to make.
excites me now, man. I'd love to see
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
an interior.
Yeah,
I'm
that
lying now. All right.
Oh well, I don't want to. I don't want to give away my comic before it comes out, but it would have to be something more akin to manga.
Hey, take my
Oh,
money
heck
now,
yeah!
bro. Let's go.
So my question is, where did your initial or your signature DNA start, or how did you come up with that? Because it's really smart because you have a little DNA thing going in there and everything.
Thanks for
So
noticing. Yeah, if you look at my earliest covers, it just says DN with little dots on the side, and it really sucks. It's really pretty uninspired. And I was looking at the best signatures and try to figure out how to rebrand. And I'm looking at Adam Hughes and Joe Madureira and people like that, and they just used something that was right there in their name to begin with. And so if your name is David Nakayama, like there's only one thing that you can pull out of that, and it is that. So it's like J Lo, but it's DNA. You know.
Like
But
J-Lo.
better. It's Halo,
Right,
but
right.
better.
That's all
That's
you're gonna be
funny,
known
bro.
for. I see a question right here. There we go. Oh, sorry. Go, Dale. Question for David. Any chance you're a fan of Bengus of Marvel versus Capcom fame?
Very much, yeah. Guy's a
Ooh.
legend. I saw they're doing some variant covers of his work. That's really great.
oh
I think
yeah.
I love all those guys, and I have that Capcom art book. I think my favorite though is probably like the Shinkiro stuff. Like it's a little closer to how I work. Really clean, bright colors. So I think I identify more with that, but I'm still a huge fan of Bengus too.
Okay. James or Ryan, do you have any questions for him? I don't want to skip y'all. I want to make sure if you have anything else
And
to
I'm
ask
just
him.
here to hang out with my friend. They said
Yeah,
David was on. I jumped in.
Yay! Thanks for
Absolutely.
coming.
it is true. He said. I think Shannon, his wife, was like, "Yeah, yeah." I think
Oh,
I
Ryan.
wish
Shannon,
we had like
for
another
sure.
half
Shannon
hour. I
did
could
it.
easily keep talking. Unfortunately, I got to go pick up kiddos now. Ah.
Oh,
Hey, yeah, that's
oh,
what
Oh,
I'm
that's
trying
it.
to.
Okay,
before
so
you
let's.
go,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's do this. Let's do
do the
this.
shout out, especially to your box set that's coming out because
Mm.
I ordered that through Kickstarter. Can't wait.
Thank you so much. They airshipped me copies of the book. I promise it's real. It exists. It's done. I have it. It has a special fold-out poster in the back, double-sided, that wasn't
Ooh.
even announced in the Kickstarter. So when you get your book, you'll have a nice prize waiting for you. Um, so yeah, thanks for supporting that, and I hope you guys will look forward to new runs on Wonder Woman and Harley, which start in October. Those are the ones I'm really excited to show you guys.
Are we going to
Yeah.
see you at any cons? Anything coming
Yeah,
up?
I'll be at. Are you guys gonna be at New
Welcome.
York? I'll be there next
Yeah,
month.
man. Hey, I'll see you there, man. I'll be at the Sleeping Giants table.
Fabulous. Come
Let's
come
do
say
some.
hi. We're gonna have
Absolutely.
our own booth for the first time on the main floor.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
cool.
love this cover. I
Uh,
really do.
David, are you going to be in? You're going to go to a MegaCon next
Absolutely.
year?
You're going to be in
I
Okay.
tried.
Orlando?
Yeah, I never
Hey,
missed that
man.
one. I got to do it.
Listen,
I'll,
I'm right on the
I'll
beach.
see.
I live right on the beach, man. If you want to come with you and missus, come on over, man. Let's go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, well, David, I'll see you there definitely because that's my thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go and we're gonna. I'm looking forward to not only just me and you, but I got to be honest, not only meeting James, but Ryan and Shannon and Marat and
Facts.
Mandy. I'm really looking forward to them doing some karaoke. So we got some plans, my man. We got some stuff going. David, remember you owe us a rain check. We got to be on for a little
Yes.
bit longer next time. Yeah.
Yep, I can. And thank you for, I told you guys it would be the way to get me is to kind of pester me. Like you have my permission to pester me,
That's
to make
this
it
guy right
happen.
here.
That's how these things happen. Otherwise, I think about
These
deadlines
guys
and I forget
will.
about it.
They'll be
Yeah.
on you, bro.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
And
And I
thanks for
hope you
having
like
me
the
on.
stands when you get them. When you get them in, I hope you like the stands, please.
David,
Oh,
man.
you know, I will for sure.
David, thank you so much, man. You're a pleasure, and we look forward to being on the show again, man.
Thank you for
I'll look
being here,
forward to
buddy.
it. Talk to you soon,
Cheers.
guys. Bye bye.
My buddy. See ya.
Thanks, pal. Well, there you go. Have it, guys.
Wow.
All right,
it's
the
one
show's
of
over.
those.
Let's get out of here.
Yep.
It's
No one
one
cares
of
about
those
Dell.
things. It's one of those things where, David, it's like 5 o'clock over there, and he has to pick up the kids, and it's life happens. But the fact that we were able to at least grab him for a little bit, but we promise in the future we'll have him on for a full blown 2 hour show, and he
I'll
could
get
really,
him.
he could
I'll
really
bust.
geek out with us and all that stuff. But
Yo, thank you for letting me ask those questions. I know they're a little
Those are
strange,
some
and my
good
friends.
questions, man.
Thanks. Where
Oh,
they
yeah, they
are.
were.
Thanks.
And we want to get as many questions as possible. That's why, all right, you do your one. Okay, let me get one from here. You do one. I'll try to get it out of here in 35 minutes because if not, everybody's been on this show before. These things can drag out to 2 to 3 hours,
Yep.
depending on how fun we have. And
That's because
We're
you
trying
talk
to-
too much.
Ryan, because you talk enough, so I gotta fill in the void. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
35 minutes, and we got some good questions out of David. We got most of the questions on the side too.
That's the quickest. I think that's the quickest guest we've ever had on the show.
Well,
I mean,
I'm curious, like on who's met him and like let's just real
Ryan
quick
Martin.
do like a David Nakayama like fanboy thing. So like,
Oh, I love David. Like he
so
knows.
Ryan,
I love,
when did you
I
meet
love
him? When-
I've got multiple things that are hanging up on the wall that are David's. I met him years ago in Vegas. A comic shop invited the two of us out for sushi, and that's the first time we actually met. And both of us, I think, fanboyed on each other. And I don't think either one of us understood why the other one liked each other. It's one of those like, I know why I like David. I don't know why David liked me. David said the same thing. Like, I don't know that you're that big of a fan. Like, why do you like my stuff? I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Not to mention, like most of the guys that I hang out with, he's just an awesome dude. He's just a very down to earth, nice guy.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had a chance to meet him in person, but sitting here talking to him and having met so many people who've had great interactions with him, I'm excited to meet him as well in New York. I think it's going to be, the guy, it seems like super, like, chill. I like his attitude. I love his art style. Hearing his thought process now from a producer and hearing that, it really makes me want to even get into his art more. Now I get a little bit more thought process behind it. It makes me say, okay, I understand where his art's coming from now. And it makes me appreciate it even more. It's like looking at his art again for the first time. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I thought that was a brilliant thing that you brought up. Mine was Heroes a couple years ago, and what knocked me out of the park was I met him, fanboyed. He answered all my questions, but then I met him the day after. He was sitting at a Starbucks line. I'm like, I met you yesterday, and then he was like totally down to earth and just so kind. And to echo Ryan's words, the nicest guy I've ever kind of met. And the crazy thing is that like MegaCon, I'm sitting there in line, and some guy comes up with 50 books, and he sits there and literally talks to him, even though he doesn't have to sign 50 books, but he does. He does that. He just does the right thing all the time. So David Nakayama is just an unbelievable pleasure to have in the industry right now. And Jason, again, I love the connection with the music. That was so
That was a
cool.
good
What a
question.
great question, because I love that. So
Thank you. I'm just lucky enough to be on here. Let me geek out for a little while with you guys. I appreciate it. I really do. You guys are so cool. Every time I hang out with you guys, it's great things about my favorite stuff, right? Pop culture, music, comics, artists. You guys have a great mix. So I enjoy this very much. I love taking out on time.
And then for whatever reason, they bring me in.
Yeah,
Well,
bro. I got questions for you too, bro. One day, so
look at that.
trust me, we can have discussions about. I'm also a fan too, man. So I have my questions.
I'll see you at New York. I know where
right?
Giants is.
Yeah,
Right,
Ryan's doing
Ryan?
the one chip challenge, right, Ryan?
No, you out of your damn mind.
The
You can
what?
take that to
The one
The
Shannon.
chip
one, the
The
one
challenge.
one
chip
chip
challenge. Yeah.
challenge.
Oh, bruv, mate, come on, man. I'm too grown for that silliness. Nope.
I'm too old and I'm
Yeah.
too white.
Yeah.
It,
I'm also
I'm
too old to do
like,
that. Oh, wait a minute. I did do it and fucking failed.
And
So,
you were stupid enough for that.
I
so
mean,
I
we're
tell you what,
Hispanic though, so we got the pass.
a little bit of the edge, even though I did see the future and did relatives. But the
Yeah.
thing is that Ryan, I was gonna say, when I asked David, because David has that style, right, where you look at a DNA
Yeah.
and you go, that's a DNA cover. I have noticed with Ryan's covers, Ryan has a very soft touch to his covers, to his. I know it's a Ryan because he uses such soft lines. What I mean by soft is just very. You're not. It's not very hard. It's just very soft.
Simple.
It's simple. I think that's what it is. Sometimes simple is less is better. And when you
Right.
look at Ryan's stuff, and it's just simple, not too many wrinkles, not too many lines, not too much. The details not, it's just there, and that's why I like what Ryan stuff. And like I said, I always bring up Ivan stuff, right? Because you already know what an
Yeah.
Ivan towel looks like, 100%.
Yep.
If you put up on, you go show me an Ivan, it go, what's the one with the pointy nose and in the ass? That's Ryan for you.
because
I'm sorry, Ivan.
because for me, Ryan, like I always wanted to ask you about some things about your covers because me being Japanese myself, and uh, I see the cleanness. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Your line work is dope, bruv. It's like it's Japanese to me. You know what I mean? It's like if someone would give you a brush, like like you would. I bet you would do killer calligraphy, bruv. I'm telling you.
Oh man, I mean I write like a girl, but uh I don't know. I there's certain people that I've looked up to, and I mean even now, like I study David's work. Like how does he do what he does? Like if you
Yeah.
took all that color away, I think he has the same kind of line work. He
Mhm.
and I were kind of going over that at a show. Um, I learned early on certain things like simple is more, simple is better.
Mm,
Especially like when you're doing the female figures and stuff.
mm.
You don't want to put all those lines in. You just kind of age them. But I also, I grew up with Humberto Ramos and Joe Mad and J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah, nice
They
and
all have that kind of
Hmm.
clean, very simple in the beginning. Like Joe Mad definitely grew out that, but his facial features and stuff like that are still very, very simple on that matter. And I just kind of
Battle
took a
Chasers,
step
man.
from him.
Battle Chasers. Oh god,
Yeah,
so good.
original Battle Chasers, all that kind of
Mm,
stuff. Like
mm.
if you look at the Battle Chasers compared to like his run on, the Ultimates,
Mhm.
clearly night and day, but you can still see the core of Joe Mad's work is still right there. Like it's very, very simple lines and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. I had to break it to you, but unfortunately, I have to get going because I have some
Oh,
things I needed to do. I've got a deadline on some music I need to finish up.
do what
Um,
you gotta do, my man.
unfortunately, listen, I had such a great time. Ryan, listen, man, I can't wait to chill with you,
New
meet
York, man,
you.
New York.
I'm
I'll
telling
see you
you,
at Sean's booth.
it's gonna be great, and also MegaCon with
Oh, for sure.
for real,
Everyone
guys.
at
It's gonna be a
MegaCon.
Everyone.
pleasure. And
Everyone.
Caesar, your stands are coming soon. And Ryan, if you would love it, we would love to send you some beautiful Superior stands or just
Oh yeah,
something
for
nice
sure.
for you guys. It'd be a pleasure.
Yeah,
And
like reach out.
thank you for having me, guys. It was super dope. Again, like, yeah, man, super
No,
dope.
All right,
And
no
buddy.
guys,
problem.
thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. You see that?
Have
Fantastic
a
day.
fantastic.
Leave the
You had a
dad
good.
jokes to the
That's
professionals
and
here.
Yeah, they got
there
it.
it is.
Listen, guys, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for having me, guys.
You
Take
got
care.
it.
Cheers now. All right.
All right, pal.
Hello.
So, so one of the things so we are gonna talk about certain things that's been happening in the news. Then we can start geeking out.
Oh,
Um,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, no,
I
go
was
ahead.
to say rest in peace
Yeah.
to one of the legends. It was crazy. Honestly, I was just like strolling and all of a sudden rest in peace. I'm like, what? And I'm looking and like I couldn't believe it. He's one of the. I want to say y'all's childhood, but I watched it in the reruns. Obviously, I watched them in The Lion King, Sandlot. Obviously, he was Darth Vader. James Earl Jones was a great man, man. Like rest in peace. It was a big influence to a lot of people, I would assume.
I didn't realize. I mean, I know he was older, but I didn't realize he was
93.
93
Yeah,
years old. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude was
I mean
kicking
that's.
it.
And the thing is, his voice was talk about knowing a David
Iconic.
Yep.
Nakayama cover. Talk about knowing a Ryan Kincaid cover.
The
You
voice.
heard you heard
Voice.
James Earl Jones. You
Yeah.
knew who exactly that was, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's what made, and don't forget, he was a absolute star in the theater. He was one of the
Yes.
original characters in the fence in the show Fences. So he it's it's one of those things. And also, our rest in peace for Mr. Cassidy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, John. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, too
Same
young,
day too.
too young.
Way
Um,
too.
it 50. I think he was 52.
I
Right?
shared
He
it,
was
Peter.
52.
Yeah. I think
It's
either 52 or 53, something like that. Yeah.
52. I mean, he's my age. I mean,
Mm.
we get it. It comes to show you that, and I can actually say it. It comes to show
Yeah.
you you just don't know. You just don't effing know. So sorry to hear about that. Um, but I did want to talk about. They just announced that they're going to. It's kind of funny, but they're going to postpone the Into the Spider Verse indefinitely. As they say.
No update on that. One of the writers even posted that that's not true.
Oh no.
That they have a
Oh,
lot of stuff. So 2027 is what he said it should be coming out. So that was like the news came out a day later. That came out. So
Okay, so what they meant by postponement, they're going to postpone it to 2 years because I think it was supposed to come out in 2026.
yeah, yeah,
I
it
mean,
was.
you can't cancel that. You just can't. You
No,
can't
there's
leave it.
no way they would
it,
cancel it completely.
You
That
can't
that
leave it the
those
way.
movies made them too much money for them to cancel it. That's why when somebody posted that, I was like, yeah, no, like stop posting fake news on the internet.
yeah.
Um, that property alone makes Sony too much money for them to be like, no, yeah,
Nothing's been scrapped. The rails are. Yep.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
that's good. I mean, it takes a while for them to do that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna tell you
Uh,
the same thing I told my dad, Dell. Stop reading Facebook news and reposting it.
It's
You're
from
not
the
helping the
insiders.
situation. You're just fueling a weird ass fire.
Hey, I gotta do what I gotta do to be
Clickbait, man.
entertaining.
Gotta.
there you go. So Peter said it was supposed to come out March 2025.
Yeah,
So when they say
yeah.
postpone, they're not joking, right? We're talking 2 more years.
I mean, obviously, there's probably inside reasons for what they're trying to do and what they legally can do. And well, if we wait, we can probably do this too. And I know there's been like rumors of trying to tie certain things into the other movies in MCU. Who effing knows? But canceling it, not going to happen.
No.
I did also read that we all saw that Josh Brolin was offered the role for Hal Jordan, and he passed on that.
I don't
And
know how
now
true
there's
that was either.
And
well,
no, it was that actually was true, Ryan.
that he says
I did my
he passed,
research on that one, but he passed,
and
and so did McConaughey. Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey
McConaughey, yeah,
also
was
passed.
so
So
I
the
like the
rumor,
dudes,
what
but for real, they're too old.
they are,
Exactly.
I agree. I
Like,
agree. I mean, I was going to apply, and then I realized I'm also a little too old.
Yeah,
So I said, screw it. I don't want the money. It's not about the money.
I figured because I'm not a pilot, I don't have a shot in hell.
I'll see, Brian. That doesn't make any sense. Because even if you were a pilot, you still would have got the role. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I had hopes and dreams, right? I like
You know
Hal.
what?
It's funny.
everyone can dream. Damn it.
Yeah, stop. Thanks for
um,
ruining it for me.
the
Not
other
me.
the other announcement
Um,
was the last trailer for Venom. You can't hear it, so I don't want to get canceled or whatever.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't. yeah,
you can't put audio, right?
Yeah, I
Well,
can't put audio.
last time we did it, we got one of our shows got.
But visually,
yeah,
it's
visually.
it's all right. I mean,
So, they're introducing who Toxin and or someone else.
I've never had any faith in those movies as far as like this is gonna rock. I just go see it to see it,
mhm.
and it's not necessarily
Right,
even in
that's what it
theaters.
is.
As far as Venom movies, Marvel movies, they don't exist. As far as just a movie about a crazy alien symbiote, it's not bad. If
That's
you
a good
take
way of
away
putting
the
it.
fact that it's supposed to
I
be Venom, it's
That's a
just,
good way of putting it.
you know what I
that
mean? Just a
that's
random
it.
ass movie. It's not that
That's,
bad.
you know what, Ryan? That's very interesting. If you were this movie just come out and called something like Symbiote, that's it, and it
Yeah.
was about this, about some guy and vengeance and all, you'll be like, hey, that wasn't too bad. But because
Because
Venom is
Venom.
attached to him, that's not Venom. No, that can't
I did
be.
no matter what. I did enjoy the first one more. Like second one was
Oh no,
a
no, the first
disappointment.
one compared to the second one was atrocious.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
nothing to save the
Hey,
second one.
Yeah, that's true.
what a waste of talent of what's his face,
Well, it was right in the middle of Disney, Fox, and everything else. We didn't know where the hell that. So I think they just pushed that. They pedaled that one through too fast.
Talking about the
but I
Joker, they
no,
already
but see, I like the Joker movie, and it was to me
the
it was
second one. Oh no, obviously you haven't seen the second
no
one. The
no
first
no
one.
the first Joker movie that was
Did you
fine.
see the reviews already for the second one?
Uh,
It's horrendous.
already being
Don't talk
canned.
about what hasn't happened yet. Shut up.
Hey, I'm just talking about tomatoes.
Don't talk
They,
about what hasn't
He's
happened
talking
yet.
about what's going on Facebook. That's
Don't
okay,
fuel the fire.
talking about what hasn't happened yet.
It
So I
has
know
not
Ryan's
happened
not gonna
yet.
like this. How about that one, Ryan?
Okay,
I
so
could care less on those.
well, I'll tell you what. If I had a choice, if someone was to say, Caesar, you have to cancel one or the other, I would probably. Wow, fuck. Now that I'm trying to now I'm contradicting myself. I was gonna say Armor Wars, but
I'm
at the
with
same
you on that one.
time, at the same time, I started going, wait a minute. We've already had a blade, but we've never had an Armor Wars. So
There's only
maybe
going to be one blade. But
Yeah.
like we one blade, right?
But you know how many times have they rewritten that fucking story? How many directors they've gone through? How many other like? There's a couple of actors that dropped off from this movie. Like, it's worse than Spawn at this point. We're never gonna get Spawn. I don't think we're gonna get another Blade
No, we'll
unless
never.
this guy right here gets pushed into a game into a movie by Ryan.
I gotta tell you, man, I wouldn't mind watching a Wesley Snipes Blade where
Oh,
he's a little older, right? I wouldn't mind seeing like an older Blade and how he's
Gambit
still
shows
dealing
up
with
and
stuff, and I don't know. I
Gambit
think that,
shows up. This guy.
wait a minute, we've seen that.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing a sort of more gruffy, not gruffy, just an older Blade. I would be okay.
I'm glad that Ryan's here. So I can show him all the rumors that have been going around.
Drive him. Oh, yeah, no.
I'm just
well,
gonna mute Dell.
well,
I
listen.
mean, but visually, you can still read it. You read on like Caesar. So
I'm like Caesar. I don't read shit. I just see
are
right
you?
now. I just see Lobo and
See,
Jason
you do
Momoa.
know, Dell, that Ryan is Team Caesar, right?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that was a thing.
Hey, I haven't. I flip a coin every time I come on here. Who I'm gonna vote for. It's fine.
That's not true because James is Team Caesar. Ryan is Team Caesar. I
Dell,
mean,
you're assed out.
But it's my
Dell, you
show,
like
so
posting
I
weird stuff.
override.
no,
But
I love
I
it.
override everything though. So
wow,
there
he
you
put a
go.
power
I am
trip
the
on that
I
one.
have
comic
to.
menu.
Dell,
But I
Dell's just throwing the rumor train right down the
Right
short
there.
bus
Dude, no,
right
this is
now,
not
dude.
rumor train. This isn't a rumor train, but it would be cool for him to be right.
who
No,
to play who?
Hugo Strange?
no,
Hugo Strange.
No.
no.
Fuck you,
Why?
man.
Because he looks old and has a white beard.
Hell yeah. I
He
like
can't. He
David,
wouldn't. He
honestly.
wouldn't act the right. I don't think he's that good of an
He's
actor to act that
improving
way.
a lot compared to The Rock because he's been
Well, I
changing.
didn't say he's not improving. I just said he couldn't be Hugo Strange. Give him 10 more years, then he'll be older and maybe wiser.
Be wiser. He
No,
lost a lot of weight.
yeah, I
He
was gonna
lost.
say he looks a little thin there.
They
He's
did an
dropped.
interview. He did that. He did that purposely because he wants to get different roles,
Mhm.
and it was getting too hard to stay that size, that big.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
He said like the biggest he was like 340 pounds of muscle. He was like, "Do you know how much work that has to do?"
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Trust me, I know
I heard
everything
you're
about that.
I
vegetarian
know you
though.
gave that up a
I
couple years ago, right?
come on, I know all about 340 pounds of all muscle. I mean, but I had to lose weight.
Would you like
I
to
was,
team
I
styles?
was, I was yoked.
Let us know where we're standing right now.
Yeah. Actually, Mr. Krantz. So Mr. Krantz right now is taking over for Angela, who normally helps out typing for the Prairie Meadows Nursing Home in Prairie, Texas. So he's doing our thing. He's being the
Oh, they
moderator
need to
there.
put up flashcards. Hold them up.
Yeah. So
Who's
Mr.
voting?
Krantz, let us know who's Team Dow, who's Team Caesar right now. Hold on, wait a minute.
I know all about peanut butter, but that's where I know the same thing, Dorf. So we're not gonna go in a deep dive. I'm gonna have a quick question for you, Ryan. 1 through 10, because we're not gonna be able to get you on when we discuss it. 1 through 10, what do you rate Beetlejuice?
See why you gotta do that.
I
Beetlejuice.
just I just need a number. I was
Beetlejuice.
asking.
Beetlejuice is fantastic.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice 2.
I give it like a 5.
Wow.
A 5.
That's. I knew it. I fucking knew this was gonna happen.
Caesar, you just still need to watch it, Caesar.
I don't know when
That's-
I don't know when I'm gonna watch it. I tell you what, I'm gonna think. I don't know when. I mean, I know I'm not working right now. Technically, I could go anytime, but I hate going to the movies by myself. I feel like that douchebag
Oh,
loner just
pervert
sits
right in
there.
the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
pervert.
Caesar, it's your fault because you told Shannon.
I
you're
know.
gonna get your hopes up,
Oh, I know.
and it's gonna suck.
She
Let
hit
me put it this way: it does not suck. It's not a bad
it
movie
didn't
at
live
all.
up to the expectation.
I'm at 7.5 right now for myself.
It
So.
it what'd you say? 8.5?
7.5.
7.5. I mean, that's
Oh,
closer
okay.
than mine. That's like I'm not really gonna give it a 5. It wasn't that bad. When
7.
you see it, you'll understand why it's not higher. It's just they just missed the mark with certain things
Yeah.
that I think they tried too hard in certain aspects. And if you'll understand. Go see it, you'll understand what we mean.
Yes.
Team ladies.
There you go.
Angel is team ladies. That's a real one right there. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
If certain things didn't exist in the second one, it would be up there with the original.
I can't wait to talk to her with the girls because I have so much.
Shannon's gonna
say.
throw shit through the computer at you.
Well, I know that because
See, to
Shannon hit
him.
me up in the Shannon hit me up in the messenger right away. She goes, Caesar, I swear to
Oh,
God,
I know, I
can't
was there.
stand you. It's all your fault. And I was like, I go, oh, so you liked it, huh?
So, I watched it in the drive-in. I spent $10 for 5 of us, and we brought our own food, so I was good. You know what I mean? That's what
You
added
hiding
the
people in the
0.5.
trunk. That's some shit we did in the 80s, man. What's wrong with
We don't
you?
have to
No,
hide anybody.
no.
They charge you only $10 for a carload,
Can you believe that, Ryan?
and on Tuesdays it's $5.
We used to go when we were little.
Oh, I was in the trunk with other dudes. It was like
Yeah.
ass to
For
face.
different
Did
reasons,
you
I
ever hide
bet.
in the trunk to go to drive-ins? No,
Oh man,
no, not no.
it was the best. It was the absolute best. And the funny thing is, right? My buddy would drive it in this LTD, which is basically a boat on wheels. Just
With like
one
15
guy,
of you in there.
just one guy, right? And he would be like, "One ticket, please." We're all in the trunk, and then he's like, he would hit the roof to tell us to be quiet. And I got like someone's ass in my face because they're like asked that it's weird because you could fit like.
So
a
here's the
family-
thing. Like my buddy here said, and he's a little younger than me, and we grew up in the same areas. And he's like, I thought it was by the carload. It very well could have been by the car where I grew up too. It could have been just my parents telling us we had to hide and shut up just to keep us quiet until we got there.
There's like an hour drive. We're almost there.
What
Shut
truck
up.
were you in? What truck were you
I
in?
was in a, I
Like,
was
hey,
in
if
an
we tell the
LTD.
kids that we have to sneak them in, they got to shut up the whole time. It's a way to keep them quiet through the car ride.
I'm glad we have some people here
That's a
still.
good point.
There's an announcement today, and Ryan might get pissed off with this more than I am because I wasn't a big Masters of the Universe kind of person, but y'all are older. This was an
Who's
announcement
older?
today.
You old as dirt.
I'm younger than all of y'all.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Bullshit.
Wait, fuck, I'm this big. I'm fat, but I'm not old. Give me
Right.
that.
How old would you say, honestly, how old would you say Ryan is? I mean, how would you say
Honestly, I
Dallas?
thought he was like 38, 39, but he's
Me?
44. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 40. No, yeah, I'm 44.
See?
44,
How-
right? Yeah.
Ryan, how old would you think Dell is if you didn't know how old he was?
No, 43.
Because he's got that gray in there,
Yeah.
I figured he'd be,
This is
yeah,
because of
like
Caesar, though. That doesn't count.
40. He'd probably
Yeah,
be like
that's
38 to
38,
40.
40. Yeah.
I'm 36 assholes. Anyways, I'm gonna piss y'all off now. I'm happy. Look at that.
You can't piss me off with He-Man shit. I don't care.
This
do.
matches the universe. Mr. Jared Leto was reportedly been offered the role of Skeletor. But,
He's gonna have a
It's
fucking
all
skeleton as a face, so no one's gonna care who it is.
but his
yeah, it's like
acting
the
skills.
I,
Hat Man
I
box.
I
Or the,
like Jared Leto. I don't mind the dude. I think
Yeah.
he's a pretty
Try
good
again,
actor.
Dell. That doesn't
Jared
piss
Leto.
me off. Try
Okay,
again.
how about Jared Leto as Joker? Did you like him as Joker?
He was so little in it. To be honest.
I
he
don't.
wasn't given the screen time to
So
do it.
I'll tell you what, that Joker, he didn't play a bad Joker for what he was given. I just don't
Mhm.
think that Joker should have existed.
You're right, because from what I heard, they cut his screen time on the cutting room floor. I mean, he had more, and
Yeah.
they snipped
Way
it.
Yeah.
more.
But
And I
they
don't
they
know-
absolutely just made up some weird ass dude to throw
He's a
in
really
that
good actor
movie.
who has been
Like
taken
they
to-
just were like, here, we're gonna
That's
make
true,
Joker
Dorf.
act like this.
Because
Right
in
now.
Morbius too, he that movie's just
I like Morbius. I didn't.
I
mind
like Morbius.
I didn't mind
it's
it.
horrible.
It was fine.
Again, if it wasn't attached to MCU in any shape, it was.
If he was
It
like
was
just
just a vampire movie.
vampire
It
It's
would've
a
movie.
been dope.
vampire movie.
You know,
It'd
it's
have
kind
been
of
dope.
funny. I'm gonna take Ryan's take from here on out.
Yeah.
If Harry Potter was in a Harry Potter movie, it was just a bunch of kids in the
Hey,
Lord
Don't say
Magic.
that.
Wow.
Don't say that in front of Shannon because she'll just
Right?
kill the show
Why is
altogether.
it-
Shannon already wants to just beat my balls to the dirt.
And he
So
thinks
You
he
mess
wants
with
to
Harry
cook
Potter
cereal.
though, he'll be like, find a new host. I'm out.
we love
See,
Shannon.
Caesar, you're fucking playing with fire right there.
We got to keep her in.
Trust me, she's made it clear. If I fuck with Harry Potter, like I get paper served.
Hey, my wife
Yeah.
was the same way. I got the castle tattooed on my ribs because of her.
You have
Oh,
a castle,
shit, this
Really?
seems-
Mhm.
I got the feather.
and you have the feather because of Shannon.
Yeah,
Oh, you
we
do
have the
have a-
same feather that says "After all this time, always." Snape.
What house
Aw,
are you,
great.
Ryan?
But
What house are you?
I think Gryffindor. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention.
I would assume you would get more information from
You
you.
know that asshole has. You know Ryan has a fucking sorting hat in his living room.
Yeah,
No.
somewhere in the back.
Yeah.
That's in the guest room where my buddy's staying. like
No
like
shame,
legit,
man.
we have the Harry Potter room,
Can't fuck
and
with
it's
it.
fine. I like Harry Potter. I
Well-
don't know. Like I never read the books. I know the movies.
Well, they're
I
continuing.
like the characters. That's all I know.
They're continuing with the HBO movie, TV, the show apparently. They're
Yeah, I
casting
mean,
now.
supposedly, sooner or later, they announced that like 2 years ago. But
So Bad Bunny is supposed to be part of Happy Gilmore too.
Oh god.
I am Hispanic, but I thought it was a
Oh,
terrible.
wait a minute. Is Adam Sandler going to be? He has to be in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
he
yes.
is. Yeah.
yeah, he's in it because I know Travis Kelsey's showing up in there.
Because Adam Sandler does not take.
Oh,
And it's
Travis
happening because they
Kelce.
were just casting a bunch of extras in my area about it. So
Oh, they're filming
Yeah.
in Florida.
Bad
South
Bunny can
Carolina
be in
went
any
right
Adam
before our
Sandler
line.
movie because all Adam Sandler movies are full of like nonsense people in it half the time. Anyways, you only care about the first like 5. Everybody else in the background is like, haha, that's funny. Haha, look, it's Henry Winkler. Haha, it's so and so. No, like cameo anyone you want. No one gives a shit. It's just funny that they're in there.
What other
It's the
news
main
stories that
cast
pissed
that you need to
off?
worry about.
So
Yeah,
I've been
sure.
meaning to ask you guys the latest, what the latest response was for the CGC banana,
CGC, what?
the
Well,
banana case with the bowing out of the new
oh,
inner well.
yeah.
And
Oh, I haven't. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen like what that is.
yeah, so I saw a YouTube video of a guy who cracked it open because he was going to crack it open anyways, and he held it, camera view, and it bows out on both ends, so it kind of dips in. So he wanted to see how much of a difference it makes by breaking very, very nicely. He cracked open the slab just to see if it relieves any of the pressure, and that
Yeah.
didn't do it. So he took out the inner well, and the inner well was just so he removed it out of the inner well, laid the book flat, and sure enough, you had to tap the corner for it to go down. So it did.
So his comic book is now like this.
Yes, yep, exactly. Not so severe, but it's not flat.
Okay.
It's not flat. Yeah, I mean, and to the corner where you have to touch the corner, it rocks, right? So CGC, a representative from CGC says the the encapsulation does not ruin the book. It's not ruin the book, but he kind of proved there is a bow in it. Didn't now some have created spine ticks, and some have created color breaking spine ticks that weren't there before. Now they're saying they're not going to use the whales anymore. They're too tight. They're too small. They're going to go with larger ones. Yada yada yada. But I guess my question would be, if you sent in 30 of them and you got 25 back, now what's going to happen? Are they going to grade it with the grade after it got spine ticks? What grade would it come back with? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's a big hullabaloo. You know, yeah, PSA's like, yes. He's like, they're like
This was
Montgomery
like
Burns.
recently, right? Like
Yeah, like
So
they're like
they're all,
Montgomery Burns. Excellent.
a
You know,
few cases or what?
they're only happening to the modern and bronze. So
Well, that
nothing
leaves
like
like everything I do.
right. Well,
Yeah, which is
unfortunately, that's
basically-
true. But
Yeah.
nothing behind Caesar there is being affected
Well,
from
I'm
what I
surprised he
Yeah.
doesn't have anything of David Nakayama or Ryan in the background.
No,
Usually
me and Ryan had a conversation. Ryan's like, you don't have to buy it in my shit.
No, he doesn't collect. I don't need him to buy something just because we know each other. That's not what you collect. I don't. Like,
It is
you're
true.
not doing me any service.
It is true. It's true.
no, it's not true because every time we have an artist here, you always fucking put it in the background. Look, I have this fucking piece of yours.
Because if
among
I
all my
happen,
fucking
I tell you
trophies.
what, if I happen to have a drawing of someone, yeah, I'm like, oh, but I
I
don't.
so happen to be there.
I don't do modern. Like I happen to have a Canto #1 graded. Okay, I happen to have it. We had Drew on the show, and I was like, hey, look at Drew. You know, it is what.
Well,
it
what
is.
the
Okay.
fuck? I did a canto.
Did you?
I
So
did.
we're
See,
But
you
it was
didn't
the
pay
original
attention.
Canto. It was the #1 stuff.
I don't know if it's #1 or not. I have no idea.
Either way, I don't collect.
I know.
Canto.
Well, not all.
I
modern.
don't. I haven't heard. I've seen like people post jokes about like, hey, the next meme, and it's like slab the banana, and I really don't pay that much attention because people post so much negative shit. Like,
It
how
is
many
true.
books? How many books do you think CGC slabs in a month, and how many of that has happened to it? Is it okay? No, but you don't see the tens of thousands that they probably do in a month. Anybody posts like, hooray, you guys did a great job on 500 books for me. You only
You
see
already-
the one guy that's like, this is fucked up.
Listen, we all know that everyone will always focus on that.
Drama.
I could do
On the negative
10,000. I could do 10,000 great things, fuck up once, and
Yeah,
everybody
once.
will focus on that one.
Yeah.
That's
So
just-
I try not to. So like I don't really know that much about it. It sucks when it happens. Like I don't wish that on anybody. But clearly it's not gonna fucking
So
break.
let's
the
focus
company.
on some more negativity. How about Frankie's comics? Paying everybody 2 pennies, 3 pennies.
That was,
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know much about that either.
that was,
I understood like why they're paying it because they got to pay it out in like portions because they'll only get a certain amount of money back and they had to divide it to everybody. So unfortunately, that's the little portion, so it's gonna be in payments. But fuck, man, something you can do by
Speak-
just
Speaking to what you said, James, that book that guy cracked was a Nova #1.
oh yeah, that's a keeper right there.
the
The
first
one that
Nova
bit-
from the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it bowed. It was.
I mean,
it was bowed out.
honestly, I don't know how CGC will handle it. I would assume that they would have to pay for the value of the book.
hmm
It's the only.
They probably will in the first couple.
You
I
know,
would
I would
imagine.
I would imagine.
is
I
it because
mean,
they
They
changed
tend to throw
something?
money at things.
Yeah,
so-
because of the whole scandal of people breaking slabs and swapping out books,
They
they
try to change it.
changed the way they seal it. The way they made it more tamper-proof.
Okay.
And by doing that, they changed the engineering, and by doing that, it started affecting the way the books are, as if it's too tight, and that's what caused it. So they're saying it wasn't for everyone, but some did get passed through.
Yeah.
And okay, but my thing is, and they're saying we're going to not do that anymore. We're going to obviously use bigger. winter wells, blah blah blah.
So
Yeah.
as a practical person, instead of going on the internet and blasting them, um, I mean,
Take it up with
clearly speak to them and deal with it. But the
Yeah.
way I see that, because it's a company that does that kind of stuff, um, I don't see anybody posting when Ford sends them a notice of a factory fucking recall because they produced bumpers that can fall off. They just realized.
Mm.
You know what
Actually,
I
add
mean?
on to that point, it's a lot of resellers that are having that issue. Not that they have the issue, is that the ones that are complaining because
But you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it shit happens. As long as the situation gets fixed and they're reimbursed, like
And that's a very good point. The
I'm
recall
pretty sure.
thing. That Jesus.
yeah, I bought a brand new car and I paid it off in a year. And what do you know? I've had 3-factor recalls, but I didn't post it on social media.
So real quick, let's tune to our
This
song.
episode of the Comic Menu is proudly sponsored by Superior Stand, the stand that stands back. Use code The Comic Menu for 25% off at superiorstand.com. And follow us on Instagram at The Superior Stand for more.
Yeah,
I should have
yeah,
played it before fucking Jason left, but I had forgot.
yeah. We are sponsored. We are
It happens.
sponsored. You know, we're
Congratulations, though. It's
fully
cool.
sponsored. Yeah, why not? Right? Listen, we have 65,000 followers on the
No, I mean,
66.
that's a good point too, Peter. They should
65.
recall those or offer to fix that. You got to give them a chance to fix it and not just blow them up first.
To me, as long as it gets done in a respectable and
Android.
in a decent manner, instead of being dicks, which they can't be really dicks about
Correct.
CGC. As long as they're, hey, as long as they say, hey, everybody, we fucked up.
Yeah.
We get it.
Our
We
design
understand.
is flawed.
We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it.
Now, if they don't, by all means, rain hellfire.
Right. If they come back and say, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't know. I don't see a boat. You know, the guy's all cross-eyed, or their QA guys all fucking cross-eyed.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's
You're
like,
talking about me, yeah. So
yeah, basically
'cause I'm
Dell being the
cross-eyed.
QC, Dell being the QC of CGC. That's why those books got. But you know what's kind of funny is that somebody came up to him and said it's kind of bowing out. They're like, it's fine. It's not doing anything to the book. It's fine. I'm like, okay, let's just go ahead. And do
Yeah,
it.
now that's a little weird because some people like me, I hang them on the wall, and that wouldn't really work.
Well, no. It's not. Remember, now the CGC case is not bowed. It's the
It's
inside.
just it's the book.
Interior
It's
weld.
just
book.
it's the inner well that it's in. That is.
Everyone's getting pissed because they think they're going to send it in and it's going to get damaged at CGC because of this encapsulation that they've got going. That's why everyone's.
So right, everyone's pissed off because I got a 9.8. It's bent.
And now
Fuck
it's
it.
got a
And
D
now
I'm
in
gonna
it.
send it
9.6.
back, and they're gonna go. We're gonna regrade it. Now it's a 9.6 because it has a bend or a tick.
Talking about that, right? You know who Cody is, right? Cody James.
Yeah.
What's that Cody? So when that post was on this comic book group, and then he inserted himself like, "Hey, if you want to, you always come to CBCS with me." I'm like, that's good. A lot of people are gonna see that comment.
See,
Wow.
I mean, it makes a little more sense because I was watching the video and a dude was like, "I'm at the Spirit Halloween store, and lo and behold, they have a CGC costume," and he held it up and it was a banana. I'm like, I don't get it.
Oh my God.
Now it makes total sense.
Now it makes sense.
You know, it's kind of. But this is the cat. Not even a caveat. This is the irony. With everything that's going on, it did not stop people from still sending stuff to CGC.
And
Yeah,
it,
right.
it won't.
It won't.
It's
That's just the way it is.
Have
it's
to
part
risk
of
it.
it's like Amazon now. It's just
Yep.
is. And it will stay.
You just
It's right.
hoping it doesn't happen to my books.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that perfect meme that I saw where there's a cartoon and the guy on top of the pulpit's like, who here is angry at the CGC Bengate, and everyone's raising their hand. Then the next one says, who's going to stop sending to CGC, and no one raised their hand.
Yeah.
Because it's true. And like you said, it's like Amazon. It is what it is. I mean, people are so against Amazon, like, but it's like, oh shit, I need batteries. Okay.
Next
And
day deliver.
it'll be sometimes the same night. It
It'll
depends
be
on
here
when time you
tonight
order.
between 8 and 9.
And it's like, wow, okay. So it becomes the norm. I don't know. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Now,
No, I
mind
agree.
you, we are all here against AI, 100%, especially when it comes to our brethrens of artists. But AI is being used for way other things than art, right? It really is. It's being used for corporations, being used for all that stuff. You can't stop it. It is what it is, and it's just going to get better. And you just can't stand there with the protesting stuff because it's just the steamroller is already going, man. And it's
Yeah.
we just got to move. We just got to go. Okay, it is what it is. But yes, when it comes to the artists and all that, 100% against.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like Chat GPT and other stuff for customer service and all, it is what it is. What can you
Yeah.
do?
It was funny because I was sitting with Bob Hall, who's 80 years old, and he's still going to conventions and doing. And a person comes up and he's like, and they're like, "So what do you think about AI?" And his response to it was interesting. He's like, "Well, it hasn't been around enough for me to make a decision on it, but it's going to be funny the day that customer walks up and asks the computer to sign." I thought that was so weird for a guy who's been in the business forever to say something like that. But
There you
yeah,
go, Angela. AI has its place. It
yeah,
just doesn't belong in the comic book.
Like we all have our views on it. We all have our opinions. It's really at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter what my opinion is. It's
yeah.
what I will and will not do with it. Um, will or will not support with whatever. My problem with all that is the witch hunts of it. And I did a post a while ago because someone, and there's been multiple artists that have got hit with like, oh, you used AI on this or whatever, and they actually do fantastic work, and they're like, oops, my bad, like my bad. I tried it, clearly like bad on me. I won't do it again,
Right.
and move on. And there's a crowd behind him wanting to fucking burn him to the ground. It's like, dude, you can learn from your mistake. You can try and cheat the corner once and get caught and be like, all right, like I'll go back to the way I used to do things, and I apologize. I'll go back to, I'm going to go back to traditional art. um, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with people making a mistake. I know artists that dabbled with the AI before it became a thing, and they were hiding it in backgrounds and stuff, and they're like, yeah, this is probably not like smart to do. But I'm not out publicly like, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, like no one should ever use this dude again. He learned. We've all ran a red light and got a ticket. We've all driven drunk and got a ticket, or learned that we shouldn't do that again.
Right.
um, they didn't take our license away for the rest of our life. um, that's where the part that bothers me is the I'm against it. You know what I mean?
Crucified.
Like, right.
Well, in
If
general,
things fall
it
through
sounds
the
like.
cracks, like I can't vet every single artist that I look at to try and hire, like for the last 10 years, to make sure they've never touched AI in their entire career. I look at what they've done the last couple of years, like, oh, nope, they're good. I've had people that I've looked and I'm like, nope, they're good. And someone's come back like, hey, 7 years ago, they posted that they wanted to, they were trying AI out.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
You
Like,
it's kind of funny that I respect a lot of people who own up to their mistakes. I respect them more when they're like, "Yeah, fuck that. Sorry." I instead of going, I don't know what you're talking about. That's all me. Now you're digging yourself into that hole. Going,
yeah, like just, fess up and be like, yep, I tried it out. Clearly that does not work.
or I tried it out and clearly I got caught.
Right. Yeah. I had
That's
too
what
many
it is.
deadlines. I tried to cheat the corner, and bypass some shit, and clearly got caught. I will take on less work. Matina regarding AI, that's a whole that could be an entire show
Yeah.
just on Matina himself. Which again is another one that sucks because I've seen the dude do commissions at shows, and it's fucking fantastic.
And in other words, why would you
I will second that, by the way.
why would you need that, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
like it's gonna go with the Barry Bonds thing. We know he can hit home runs, and we know he's a badass and all that. Did you really need that to hit home runs? To hit what you were already badass as it is. Why did you need? So it doesn't make any sense. If you're already a talented artist and everyone can see because you have shown live that you're a badass, why do you do that? And you just nailed it, right? I was running short on time.
Yeah,
On
and
deadline.
I can honestly tell you with some people that's going to be 100% the case, and I don't think a lot of people understand. On the other side, the pressure, like even with just some of these guys that are cover artists, like David hinted at, him doing a specific character that I created, because we have been talking about that, and he's hit me up like, so, I'm behind on this, like we're gonna, can we delay this because I don't want to rush. Where there's guys in that same situation that are like, I cannot afford to lose this cover. I'll miss rent, so I'm gonna cut as many corners as I can. And unfortunately, some do it the wrong way and they get caught.
I would respect someone to I mean I would think, Ryan, you would respect someone saying, hey, I can't, we gotta push back, because wouldn't you want a better quality instead of just
Absolutely.
Rush,
But I
rush.
understand the desperation of needing the money. You know what I mean? Like if your bills depend on that's a awesome bot account.
Yeah, right?
Right? Because
Oh, yeah.
unless you guys don't know who that is, and she
No,
follows,
we don't know who it is, but we'll
That could
just
be in
wait
their
because
page.
yeah, that's fucking fantastic.
hey, we got 65,000 followers, man.
You're gonna,
We don't know
yeah.
who it is. We're gonna get a couple of them.
Dude, I've been wrong before, but damn, okay.
Pause.
Sophie, prove him wrong. Sophie, prove him wrong. Throw him
Yeah,
the finger.
prove that wrong, because I'll be
Yes.
thoroughly impressed.
Sophie, say something like, Ryan, you are the best cover artist on the face of the earth.
But yeah,
Let's not make her
a
lie.
lot of that is honestly, dude, it's desperation of a lot of these guys, and I'm not going to say Mateen is one of them because he's got a great name to him at times, where they have to work cover to cover to cover. I've had guys that I've hired to do covers because they've posted like, I'm not going to make rent this week.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not getting the work. So I've hit him up. I'm like, hey man, I'll pay you right now. Just do a cover for me.
Mhm.
But I get it. Some people at that point, like their pride is too much. They don't want to say no. They don't want to, they're just going to,
I don't think
or
a bot
some
would.
simply just don't give a shit and they're going to do it.
But I would also think too, Ryan, that it's also respect goes a long way. In other words, if trust goes a long way. Hey, I'll pay you now so you can be able to pay your rent. But kind of saying, but don't screw me, man. It's because if you burn
Oh, I'm
me,
a very like, if you screw me over, I'll never work with you.
right. So I'll pay you right now because you're freaking out, and I want the quality instead of a rushed job. I will pay you now so you can pay your rent, so you have to worry about it. But I swear to Odin, you burn me, and you'll never work with me or anyone that I know in the industry, because you'll be burned, you'll be blacklisted. It's just the way it is. So that's a balance.
I would blacklist. It would take a lot for me to call people and be like, don't hire this dude. Because again, everyone messes up. Everyone gets in a hard situation. If their career is notorious for doing that to people, then yeah. But once again, like, you can learn from that. You can make mistakes. I've hired people, and granted, I didn't pay them up front, but they were like, oh, I need to get this done. I could use the money. I'm like, okay, like, just do a cover. As soon as you're done, I'll pay you. And like 8 months later, I'll get a cover. I'm like, well, not that, clearly not that fast, but.
Dorf and Jason, can you see a poll on the screen? Just let me know. Go ahead.
Is it what?
A poll? Yeah, because I'm messing around with like the.
There's no poll.
You can't see it. Well, you can't see it with us, but if you look at it through like Facebook, like without, you can see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm
That's
kind of.
cool.
What's
It's
the poll?
older.
What's the poll
What
say?
the hell
Who has
are
the
you
best
doing
beard?
over there, Dell?
Yeah, I don't trust him.
Right?
Should Ryan? I put a poll. I see it.
Oh,
I
here
voted.
he goes.
There we
I
go.
voted.
Hell yeah! I'm messing around. I want to figure out some more stuff for this.
Wait a
And
minute,
then
but what did you put down for the poll?
should Ryan shave his beard?
Oh,
Yes,
you're
no.
fucking.
Yes,
You're out of your
no,
damn
or
mind.
shave his back.
I
That
tell
ain't
you what,
happening.
I saw a picture of Ryan without the beard. I'm Team Ryan with the beard.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I got to deal with, dude? My buddy's in from out of town, so
Uh,
Oh shit.
he's
what a good show. Hey, well, we got some votes in here.
he's royalty
So,
over there.
Oh, you already have a few votes?
yeah, Dorf, Jason, I voted. We all, I don't know what they put. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
no,
right now.
you're out of your damn mind.
Nah.
It was just a test.
Hey,
It's
There's
just a test.
chairs all
Would-
over the place. You
Would
just have to
any of
grab
us
one.
shave our beards? I mean, honestly,
I have no
fuck
problem.
James, you
No.
look like you shave your beard every other day.
No, Shannon
No.
will leave me.
I can't.
Ryan,
Nicole
if you
would-
shave,
Nicole
you
would
know it'll grow
be like-
back within a couple weeks.
It grows back in like days, but
That's not no
that's
problem.
still days where Shannon will tell me to sleep in the other fucking room. It happened. You've seen it. It happened. It was like 2016, 2017, something like that.
Who the hell are you? Get the hell out of here. Type
Yeah,
thing?
basically. Oh, dude, I
Mhm.
did a show like 2 weeks after I did it, so I still had stubble. You know, it was 5 o'clock shadow,
Mhm.
and people were bypassing my table and going, "Ryan's still not back yet."
That's funny, right?
Uh,
I'm holding the table down for Ryan. He's at the restroom. Oh,
But at
okay,
the
I'll
same
wait.
time, I've done that where I don't wear a hat, and people will bypass my table because they don't
Really?
recognize me without a hat either.
Nah,
That
that's
is
true.
true.
A-
It is
a hat
funny.
thing.
It's like with James.
Yeah, I literally made a post about that.
Yeah, I've only seen him without a hat once, and that's because he and the post.
I literally put it. Yeah, what is the most insecure thing you do? Well,
Yeah, you
my
know me
bald head.
27 years,
Yeah.
that's rare.
It's the hat thing.
So
Yeah, no, yeah, that's
No.
that little pole can go away. You're gonna get me in trouble, Dell.
I'm just trying to look here for it now. I don't see the.
What's the count right now, Dale?
Well, that's what I'm looking for. I see the poll, but it won't tell me. Like, I guess I have to wait till after the
Hey,
show.
hey,
Maybe.
hey, Dorf. Is there a way for you to see what the percentage is on that poll? I mean, because I know a lot of times people who click on polls, the numbers will change when they could actually do
Ryan's gonna vote real quick here, so don't worry.
it. Yeah, Ryan's logging in.
I
On a
don't-
different.
I don't see
And
a
the boss
poll, though.
lady's gonna be,
On
by the way,
on
texting you
my
real
personal,
soon, Caesar.
on the comic menu. Can you see it at all?
We're just testing here, guys. You know. Don't
Yeah, I
worry.
guess we're just the guinea pig tonight. So on so we started this show a little bit later due to David Nakayama working around the schedule, and he was very gracious of him to give us at least 35, 40 minutes of his time. He answered quite a few questions within that little crunch of time. So
Yeah, he was
um,
on fire.
Oh, it said
Oh.
it said. Okay, I got the results. One is yes, two is no, one is no, and then two it says shave your back. So
Caesar's
No,
gotta shave
you-
his back.
no,
this is
you
right.
fool.
I don't have a hairy back. I literally
can't
have hair
tell.
on just on my face.
Just on your face, like a naked mole rat.
I like how you said Caesar. Caesar, I don't have hair on my back either.
Yeah.
I bet you. But Dal looks like he looks like a fucking wombat. I guarantee you, Dal. I guarantee you. That thing right
I'm
here.
fucking hairy for sure.
I
Then
see.
you
Yeah,
shave,
I have
you
Spaniard
shithead.
blood in me. 100%.
I'm losing it everywhere else. I got to keep it here.
Because
Oh,
I had just looking at
If
Dal.
you're growing it everywhere. Yours can go away.
You know
Yeah.
for a fact Dal was half Sasquatch. I mean, you could just tell he had that
2/3.
Sasquatch blood.
2/3.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna close this. It's cool. It's because there's a lot of things I didn't know I can do here. So I'm,
You
I,
were
You
I,
really
doing-
know your job, bro. Good job.
I can
You-
look. I can even like.
It only took 66,000.
There's- Right, I know, right? There's a profanity filter here, and it's off. Good thing we have it off because I'm pretty sure we're gonna. And then
Once
actually,
we hit 75,000 followers, Dell's going to learn a whole new set of stuff that he could have done from the beginning.
We
So
could've been
let's
ahead.
get to 75,000. So the
Oh,
man can learn.
I guarantee you, we'll hit 75,000 within a few months. The way it's going,
we're at
just keep going up.
66. We should be hitting that by the beginning of October or last of September, the way it is.
Look at these two guys. The heads are just.
Look at
But
that, just wax,
rightfully
boys.
so.
No.
No, actually, we're the most humbling guys around. I just like
Oh.
saying those numbers because we just started this website. I mean, we just started this last year, and the
I
fact
was
that
So,
say, yeah,
we're
you guys have only been going for a
You
year.
guys
It's
have
great.
crushed it.
on for a year and
Absolutely
so
65,000.
I looked at. I was showing the girls and Caesar, right, our video from last year. At this time last year, we were at 17,000 followers.
That's
Wow.
this exact time.
So the math, we're what 49,000 difference.
That's
So
crazy.
that's
It's
crazy.
I got to
It's a
tell
whole
you
lot
guys.
of tacos, buddy.
Oh, lot of
Dude,
tacos.
and
man.
steaks. Mm.
Wow, man, you guys got to
Now,
watch
now,
your
now
health.
he's getting hungry.
Dorp, I sent
Yeah.
you the link. Don't be doing that bullshit right now. I sent you the link. We need to fill the void because Ryan doesn't talk, but he started talking today. I don't know what happened. I mean, maybe his friend's here, and he's like, you know what? I'm the star here, and
He's
just
not
started
drawing
talking.
right now.
See,
I know
yeah,
that's what I'm
see, I'm
saying.
not
Oh, that's
drawing.
true.
Jason's got it.
That
Yeah,
is
James has
true.
got it.
Okay.
James has got it.
Yeah.
I'm not drawing. I talk mostly to you, Dell. I just talk shit. I talk shop with Caesar. I talk shit to you.
You talk shop with me, talk shit to you. I love.
Mhm.
First of all, I'm making a shirt that says "I talk shop with Caesar," and the back says "I talk shit to Dell."
There you go. There's the comic menu. Merch
Make that
right
happen,
there.
James.
Boom.
James can make things happen. Make that happen.
Yeah.
James, go for
Okay,
it.
no problem. Done.
Delivered
Get it
26
done.
minutes ago, Dorf. That's what it says.
I talk a
Oh.
lot, Dell. It's just usually in puns.
You know who I recently caught up with is our friend Mr. Bartlett, and as he says, "quote That's great that you're going to have David on. Ryan's all right." I'm like, yeah, that's
You want,
right.
look,
Uh-huh.
That
Caesar
sounds
get-
right from Aaron.
That's all right. As a matter of fact, we're going to have him. I just Adele. As a matter of fact, I told him we're going to have him on sooner than later. We haven't had him on in a while.
That's fine. I'll pop in on that one too and be like, "Who's this guy?
Hey, we could have you jump on with Aaron and
Who's
maybe
this Aaron dude?"
we got to have John Jang back on. We haven't had him on in a while. There's a lot of guys. David Sanchez has been dodging us 3 times now. 'cause
No,
he's
well,
always-
he did have a lot of those.
No,
numbers
not
too.
dodging, but I'm saying that
David's
'cause he's-
quiet dude. Now he's a quiet dude.
No, now David.
Bro, when
He-
we ate that one chip challenge, he
Oh,
was
I
like
watched that.
quiet.
I watched
That
that.
was-
and
That's scary quiet though. Like fucking.
not it
easy,
was
bro.
scary because it was just his face was all black around him, and that fucker wasn't cracking until one moment he went.
Have you seen the one chip challenge? Have
That
you done it?
Ah,
They were doing it
Oh.
live with different artists.
ah.
And they try to get me to do it, but I ain't that stupid.
The fact that you have to say I'm not that stupid. Like I've done certain things.
Right, said I'm
We've done some dumb
stupid.
shit together. We've known each other since we were teens.
Yeah.
But one chip challenge is nowhere near that list.
We'll get some oldie but goodies on, but like I said, we'll get Aaron now. We'll ask John Jang if he wants to jump in.
There's another challenge you want to try. This one, it's the hottest gummy bear. I don't know if you want to try that one. It's not as
But-
hot.
What's the difference? Gummy bear chip? The gummy bear's just gonna
It's
stick to the roof of
weirder.
your mouth.
Oh, it's even
Yeah.
worse because it's gonna get in your feelings if you have fucked up teeth. It'll sit there for.
But it's still hot. Get something that's
Oh,
like on the
forget
other
about it.
spectrum.
See
Get
for
something
you,
so sour it makes you cry.
fucked up teeth.
for you.
We went.
Burns your teeth out.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, if you have fucked up teeth, it's gonna get stuck in there. You're gonna have hot gummies in your gums for like 3 days. What I'm saying is
sign
the
me up.
now the funny thing with the one chip challenge, and let's revisit this real quick. When you bite into it, because it's just one chip, but normally it
That's
came in
what
the
a one chip
packet, it would
challenge is.
break. So you actually have like 2 pieces you
Are
got to
you
shove in
looking
your
it up
mouth.
right now?
You
Oh.
know, and the problem with that is when you first bite into it, it's like this isn't too bad because it tastes like cardboard. There's no flavor.
And
This
then it
isn't
hits.
bad, and you're like, hey, so anyways, and then you start breathing, and then you can see the air in slow motion going in your mouth.
So the trick is don't breathe
So
while
my
you eat it
thing was,
or after.
don't breathe. Don't breathe at all. Don't talk.
Maybe that's how the guy died.
Yeah.
He look it up, Del. Somebody died from this one chip challenge.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
because he
that's
took 2
because
of
he-
them,
Yeah,
and
no,
he was
ate a shitload.
dehydrated, and
Yeah.
so it was all like accumulation of a lot of things.
So there was multiple factors to this. You're
Yeah.
not just inviting people to their doom.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I don't.
then
I don't
that's-
tell you
and
to
then
do
More
it
ways
twice.
than one.
It's not. it stopped. You know, the one chip challenge stopped. But I got to tell you, it was because we did it. Well, we didn't do it twice, but we did it twice on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
did it the first time, and I did it the second time with what's her name, Murphy,
with Murph,
right?
yeah, Murph,
Yeah, dude,
poor
I
girl.
fucking threw up
Murph
because
Murph got sick, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
she
she ended up in the
disappeared.
hospital.
She
Dude.
she did she disappeared.
Yeah.
They found her roommate found her on in the bathroom floor on her stomach because it was nice and cold in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it was disaster.
oh.
I'm
Then
not
we
making
did
fun
it.
of you. He is. Just so
Then
you
we
know.
did with David Sanchez, Avocado, and John Brugman. And Avocado had
Avocado.
his shirt off. Remember, he
Oh
took his
my
shirt
gosh,
off.
that
He's
was too
running
funny.
around the bedroom like a fucking madman. Oh, that's the one. Your buddy should go check out, Ryan. That's the one. That's
Oh,
No,
ours isn't there anymore,
I'm not putting him through that kind of craziness.
right, Dale? Ours isn't up anymore. It got deleted.
It's no, but it's
I
still
like
on.
him. I want to keep him around. I don't want to run out. Like,
No,
what the fuck are you having me watch?
Dale, what'd you say? Ours is still around?
It's still around on the Facebook on the comic menu, but you gotta go scroll all the way back.
Oh, okay, all right. So we're
Wow.
still around. Hey, Dorf, how you doing, my man?
I'm
man,
doing
you
all
need-
right now that I finally got the invite.
Hey,
Easier way
so
to do it.
Dorf
what do
felt
you
left
think?
out. That's messed up, Del. What's wrong with you?
That
It-
wasn't me. That was him.
You're
What
the
did I
one that
do?
sends the invites.
you're the one who said you sent it to me, Dell. You
I
sent me,
sent you a screenshot. I sent
and-
you the screenshot, because
and I
did
sent you the
see.
screenshot right back that shows I
So
didn't.
that
have
was
it.
that was meta glitch, not me.
Jason Robinson.
It was just.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
like
when Del got
my
drunk.
comment.
Bell almost knocked over like a table full of comics. He got
Pauline, was it that time I got drunk, Peter, or was it when I got really like?
No, see now when you
challenge.
get drunk, that shit's funny. It
Dude,
gets bad.
I
We're
learned my
sitting here
lesson.
drawing,
we
and within 20 minutes, Dell's like slurring. We're drawing superheroes, and
But-
he's
Oh,
like,
that's right,
"Hold on."
Ryan. You,
Come
Ryan,
on.
that's Ryan. I
Time
forgot.
out.
That's right. You were there.
But
That's-
that's the day I learned how to say Ahsoka correctly. Remember, I always said it
Because of
correctly when I
drinking.
was. Yes, it's crazy. I was drinking. I said it a lot better when I'm sober.
So Del, you know
So
the people
you
say,
slur
you
your
know,
words less when you're drunk.
yes.
That's the fun, right?
Yes.
You know when
Yes.
you know when
Apparently, yeah, it's correct pronunciation.
you know when Ozzy Osbourne, you could understand him when he sings, but you can't
Mhm.
understand him when he speaks normal. That's Del. When he
You
drinks,
gotta give
he
him 2
sounds like
shots
a
of tequila.
proper Englishman.
He'll be all
when he
right.
drinks.
After 3, toasted.
He was.
I was mixing everything though that day, like all kinds of liquor and shit. so.
Excuses. It doesn't matter. You still, after like 3 drinks, were on the ground. I remember he disappeared for a while. Remember?
You know what's.
I replayed it. It was embarrassing.
You know it's good when you're made fun of by Rodney Barnes.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's the funny part. When you're made fun, when Rodney Barnes is on the show and he just hammers Dell for getting drunk on the show, and that's great stuff. You know you made it when Rodney Barnes makes fun of you. Hey, Dorf, you brought up something interesting. I would love to see a David Nakayama do a Green Lantern.
Yeah, that was
Hell
cool.
yes.
That would be kind of cool with the greens with his color that he. I would actually love to do that.
every fantastic comic artist should do a Green Lantern because that's just how it should be. But yes, his attention to color and detail would
You've done one,
kill it.
Ryan? You done a Green Lantern?
No, not. I mean, I've drawn Green Lantern a million times, but not for DC, not yet. I should say, not yet. But there's a lot of different ones in the works, and that's definitely one that I'm going to push to make happen, whether they want it to or not.
Hell yeah.
If it was up to you, Dorf, and I'm going to ask you because you're the Green Lantern fan here, who would you love to play Hal Jordan?
Oh, that's a
Right
good question.
now,
If they're gonna cast for the HBO show,
They're doing it for
who would
Lanterns.
you like?
okay, so based on who they supposedly offered the role to and the other people they're considering, they're not doing Hal when he first gets the ring. They're doing Hal when he's older and kind of
Right.
passing the torch on to who's guarding here. So it's a different question than if I was talking about Hal.
Oh.
And now we lost Dorf.
Thank you. Oh, thank God.
But-
Okay, so
God.
that was just Oh, there he is.
There he is. I
Finish.
saw him smile. He's
So
back.
I look like
Sorry
George
about that.
using David Nakayama's Wi-Fi. So
All right. What was the last thing you heard?
Old
Hi,
Hal.
I'm Dorf. Hello, I'm Dorf.
Perfect. So if I was picking a young Hal right now, it's the guy who was in Maverick, who
Glenn
not
Powell.
Miles Teller, the other, Glenn Powell.
Glenn
I
Powell.
think he would be a great young
I
Hal.
already said it, Ryan.
Okay, all right.
But
I agree.
for in
Oh, son of a bitch.
Let's-
Here we- This
okay,
is
look when he
where's,
comes back.
where's
we'll
JC?
start-
Where's J Rob? Where's J Rob? This is
Here,
what
I'm gonna
happened to
give
J
you my
Rob.
card, man. Upgrade your internet, bro.
Jesus. Let's all
Here.
pitch in and send him all the AOL CDs that we can possibly muster. We're all gonna send
right.
you AOL CDs, all of them.
We're wasting time. He's laughing. We can't have that much time. So start off from old Hal Gordon. Go ahead.
So I would say Chris Pine, who they were looking at as a possibility for him when they gave it to Ryan Reynolds.
Old Hal. I mean, I don't want them to start with the old Hal though. I mean, I get it to have all the other ones. It's fine, but I don't want. In Dell's words, I don't need to see a Hal Gordon because he's done that like 3 times now. Gordon.
You didn't hear
Jordan.
that? I corrected him once. I go, it's
Yeah.
Jordan.
It's Jordan. Okay, Jorge. Jordan.
For a young Hal would be Glenn Powell. I think he's great for the part.
Hey, Dale, can you bring up that guy? I got to see his face. That guy, that actor you're
Yes.
talking about.
So
I can
just
see
in
that
case,
scrolling.
he freezes up again, he can read the bottom.
Yeah. No old Hal.
Right.
Ryan does not want old Hal.
No.
He's still messing with these new features. Look at this guy.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but
that's an old
There's
feature.
no capital R. There's no capital H. Somebody teach him how to spell and use grammar.
I thought I was the only one that caught your Wi-Fi didn't catch shit, Jason. You barely can talk, so don't even come over here.
Oh, yeah. J. Rob, please, your internet. You can't come back on the show unless you get DSL or something on the internet because your 28.8 modem was not working out last time, my man. He kept on telling his wife to get off the phone.
Oh,
Hey, I'm on the
yeah.
internet.
We're using the same shit.
Get off the phone. I'm gonna get on the internet.
You wanted to see which of the actor, Glenn Powell?
Glenn Powell.
Yeah. I'm just kind of
Okay,
curious.
okay.
Is that the cocky pilot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one from Twisters.
this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that douche. I mean, okay, I got it.
I
All
mean,
right.
he could look it. They'd have to darken his
Sure.
hair a little bit, but he could look it.
Okay, I get it. I could buy that.
Oh,
Not
do
with
you-
that smile though.
yeah.
That's not a good smile.
Okay, dark.
Are you excited, Dorf, on this sort of true detective style they want to do
Acknowledge.
with the Green Lantern?
I'm not excited about anything until it's actually in production and I have an idea of what's coming.
Because
like-
the other question is, who would you want to play Jon Stewart?
Ooh,
So
honestly, he's one of my favorite ones.
there's a ton of good options. But again, it really depends on Jon Stewart shouldn't be a young guy either because he's been in the army for a long time. He's a seasoned vet. I mean, he's not a young guy. So the people they're looking at are also don't make sense for Jon Stewart either.
No, I
So-
actually like the dude from Arrow that they started teasing is Jon Stewart.
That would have been cool.
Oh,
I
sure.
actually like that
That-
guy. I
that
don't
the
think
Arrow-
he's that bad.
Lead. Yeah.
Which guy? Which guy?
The guy who played his bodyguard,
He played Dig in Arrow.
Oh, I'm not hip.
John Diggle.
John Diggle.
John
who
Diggle,
actually was stepson of Colonel Stewart.
And I'd be fine with him because he's the right age for Jon
He,
Stewart.
he didn't do a bad job. Like he could actually look the part. I'm okay with that.
Look,
John
Caesar,
Diggle.
Jason said he can play the role for Mr. Stewart.
Who?
Jason.
was- J. Rob, you be fucking freezing up every 2 minutes on set.
So Caesar, hold on. You host the comic show. You don't
Yes, sir.
read comics. You
No.
haven't watched the comic shows
No.
to know who some of these characters are. What are you doing? I was Team Caesar all the way. Now I'm
He
questioning
spends money
What
on
like
books
this
that
is-
hang on his wall.
That's him.
that guy.
That guy.
Oh,
See, I know what this is.
I don't even know who that is.
Dell, you didn't know either. You just
Yes,
had to look it
I
up.
watched Arrow.
You know
I
that
watched
you know
Arrow.
that Dale was typing in Ron Biggle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Of course, he's got to look at the picture
with a
that he
lowercase
pulls up.
R.
Doesn't pull up a normal picture
With
from
the
from the
lowercase
show.
R.
That was the first
He
look.
pulls-
That's the thing.
He pulls up. You could have left it on that first part right there, and we would have all got it. We would all know.
Nah, but this is
Like,
better.
oh yeah, that dude.
But
No,
look, hold
he's
up. But
like,
John, let's do
we're gonna
this.
put him
J
up
Rob,
all
you want to be that guy, J Rob?
shirtless. Dell,
you
we're
wanna
gonna
be
have
that guy?
words, man.
Well,
Ryan,
we got proof that you're hairless to begin with. So you gotta
Ryan,
go shirtless.
Yeah.
to answer your question, I didn't watch any of the CW. I didn't watch Arrow. I didn't watch the Tomorrow. What is it? The something of Tomorrow, whatever.
Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of
Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't even watch
Flash.
Smallville when it first came out.
Ouch! Get out of here.
To me, CW was very, I thought was very teenage esque towards. You know,
Exactly, and I got
What do you
Jason's.
think comics are, bro?
No. But the shows were just not the show, not the comics now. No,
Look, in Smallville
I
time,
wouldn't know. I didn't read.
Caesar, back when
There
Smallville
you
first
go. I
came
was
out,
waiting for that. Actually, I don't know. I don't read.
I don't read. I wouldn't know that they're for teenagers. Are they? I'm like, I don't know.
I
when
just- I just
Smallville
find
first
pretty
came out,
pictures.
you're right, but it's definitely different now.
That's why I was a little skeptic, and that's why I didn't watch Titan for a while on HBO.
You didn't watch Titans either?
No. Hear me out. I didn't watch it at first. I didn't watch the
Hear
first
him out.
season because I thought it was like Teen Titans. It was kind of towards the teenage. And then my buddy said, "No, it's pretty dark."
Oh yeah, it's
So-
dark.
Oh,
So
geez,
that's
Titans,
and I
man.
just binged it. We binged it. So
So
is
he
that?
brings up Supergirl that has like dinosaurs and make believe stuff. Good job, bro.
what is this?
I was
What is
enjoying
It's
some
an
CW
episode of
stuff.
imagination. No, so some of them are campy, some of them are
Red
good.
Tornado. I like this character.
They brought in the
I,
Red Tornado.
Yeah, that was one version of Red Tornado.
That looks bad.
The first
looks
one looked
bad.
even worse. The first one was way worse.
Oh.
No, luckily being like I'm not afraid to talk to people unless you're Dell. He says I don't talk to anyone.
That's Brainiac.
Maniac.
No, that's Brainiac 5.
Oh, that's Brainiac 5. Okay.
Yeah, come on, get it straight. That is Anti-Monitor. I think, yeah.
Oh, now you're going old school Supergirl.
Well, that's because she plays a
Yes.
character in the show too.
Oh, did she the old actress?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, who did she play?
they all kind of bring all those people back. They brought people back from Smallville. They interlink all that shit.
They brought the
She
first
played
Flash.
Kara's Earth mom.
Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of cool. Did they ever bring
Yeah.
back the old Flash?
Dean
Yeah.
Cain
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Dean Cain was the Earth Dad.
yeah,
Wait a minute. They brought back that old Flash from the 90s?
yeah.
Yes,
He plays multiple characters in the Flash show.
Oh, that's fun.
including Jay Garrick.
Yeah, he plays Jay Garrick for the longest part is Jay Garrick.
I shit like I
Okay.
see shit like that.
No, so like you guys saw like the DC All In and all that stuff, right? All the Bleeding Cool, new cool things that Bleeding Cool announced, like the retailer packages and how they're lowering print runs of stuff so more people can have some fun with it.
Wait a minute.
I'm assuming Dell has like posted that unknowingly what it was, anyways.
I want to read this, and I want to know: is this?
You're
shit
not
real?
gonna read it though. That's the thing.
Wait, no. This, you fool. So, toward their draws during the episode when Gorilla Grodd went back in time to assassinate Barack Obama while he was still a college student. Was that an actual episode on the show?
I
That would have
don't
been on
remember.
Legends of Tomorrow, I believe.
think, yeah.
They had some real.
I didn't see all of Legends, I'll give it that.
I love it. Now, how did Gorilla Grodd look? I'm just kind of curious.
He looked great.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
They
Did a good
great,
job.
yeah. There was only some characters on those shows that were kind of campy. Like King Shark, they did a great job with on Flash.
That's what I heard. I heard
Um,
they did for King Shark.
There were a few that you're like, okay, what the fuck was this? Like that was
What-
like the
was
first
that
Red
King
Tornado
Shark?
you see looks awful.
Was that King Shark better than the Suicide Squad King Shark?
Yes. Oh yeah, he's monstrous. Like he's a beast.
I mean, he's scary looking. He
Yeah.
wasn't all cute,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
King
Flash
Shark
was
King
awesome.
Shark was
Except for
definitely
last season. Last season was pretty tough.
That's on my list. The Flash.
But I've been lucky enough. Like I've met some of these people, like Ryan Potter, who played Beast Boy in Titans, like phenomenal dude. One of the coolest dudes is Matt Ryan, who my buddy back here, we went to a show in Oklahoma and they became like best friends and were drinking shots and stuff at the bars. He plays Constantine in his own show and an Arrowverse and stuff. Mm-hmm. One of the things I'm trying to do is do covers that are these people with them, like to have at shows and stuff. So like, redo the first appearance of Teen Titan or of Beast Boy and do like the Ryan Potter version of Titans.
Oh, that'd be cool. That's
Put
cool.
him on there. Matt Ryan is huge Constantine dude. Like I didn't know he wrote a issue of Constantine for DC. Anytime you talk to that dude and bring up Constantine, he's like, you can see it in his eyes. He wants to be Constantine again. So last time I was at a show in Terrificon, he was there. We were talking about it. He's like, dude, if you can do a Constantine cover, like we're going to take that to every show we do. We're going to do this. And it just gave me the idea of well, DC kind of shortened their minimums. Like we can do some of this stuff without having to buy 5,000 copies.
Oh, okay.
John Diggle was never in the comics, but if you want to do one of his, Dell found the perfect picture for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
So Mario Grimm, we're not necessarily talking anything specific in what movie, just CW shows that I was avoiding and probably so the Matt Ryan Constantine, that's the one with the accent, right? The blonde hair, that's the one where he had his own.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. That was all right.
Yeah, that was a good show. Like it's probably rough because they're trying to follow like, Lucifer was a hit, and then you had Grimm and you had Supernatural, and those shows were huge hits, and Constantine kind of falls into that group. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing as we were talking about, like Morbius and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like those are characters no one really cares that much to stand on their own. But if you just made that show, it was like a supernatural show, named it somebody else, it probably would have kept going. But because it was Constantine in DC's eyes, it didn't do well enough to continue on.
I tell you
when they rolled him into Legends of Tomorrow, he was pretty much the most redeemable character from the entire series.
So he came out. Matt Ryan came out in Legends of Tomorrow as Constantine.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's Gorilla Grodd. Okay.
No, I think he first started showing up as in Arrow.
Oh, look at that. He does. That's Gorilla Grodd.
Pretty damn good for a TV show, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. Menacing, big. All right, cool.
And that was supposed to be Barack Obama, by the way.
Yeah, it looked like Dell breaking into a dorm room.
To kill Barack Obama.
Yeah, it looked like Dell breaking into the taco truck.
King Shark was awesome. So
yeah.
But
I still do not want old Hal.
Lowercase r.
Yeah.
That's my
Ryan,
nickname.
lowercase r.
Ryan.
Damn it, that's
Lowercase
gonna
r.
stick too. God
Lowercase r. When I see you, make a comment. I was thinking about these CW shows, and we all know that they spent $95 million on that Batgirl movie. That got canceled. They said nixed it, whatever. One day it will be released. One day it's going to be out. Everyone's going to see it. And then what's going to happen is everyone's going to go, hey, the movie wasn't too bad. They should have just released it. Michael Keaton's in it. He got paid to do nothing, obviously, and all that. I wonder if they're going to get so desperate that they will release it because they won't have any content. So might as well release it.
I don't know if it would be interesting, but I don't think it's dumb enough. To tell you the honest truth.
Now that's a king shark. I mean, that's pretty mad.
Look at that.
Right? Yeah, that's what he looks like. You can see they did a good job.
Instead
Watch the show, Caesar.
Yep.
Yeah,
look at that.
I already watched. I'm
so
watching
cool.
it. I'm watching it now. Did you guys ever watch Black Lightning?
Yes.
No.
How was that? I thought it was actually pretty decent.
The first season was great. It was okay after that, but the first season was great. The first episode, I was blown away.
You know what I found myself finally watching, sit down and say, I'm finally going to watch it on Tubi, was the first and only season of Swamp Thing. Did any of you guys watch it?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Because they introduced Blue Devil. And who plays Blue Devil? No, none other than Mr. Ian Zerling.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he played the Blue Devil. I'm
Ian
absolutely
Ziering.
Ian Ziering.
Sharknado.
Yeah, the Sharknado guy. And he plays the Blue Devil, right? And it's like, oh, okay, all right.
Sorry, you're ragging on Dell for mispronouncing names, so I had to call you out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Swamp Thing was all right. You know, he looked pretty cool. You know, he was he actually looked pretty cool. But apparently they canceled it because it's getting too expensive to do. And when Swamp Thing came out, it was when they were testing the whole DC, just the DC channel. You have to pay monthly just to watch the DC content and da.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that went to hell. Then they canceled it and all that. So it's a shame, but I will tell you right now, I am super excited for the Swamp Thing movie that's coming out. So I'm excited for Constantine 2 and Swamp Thing. Those are the two James Gunn stuff that's going on. Well, not Constantine. Constantine's pretty James Gunn. But I'm looking forward to Swamp Thing. I am not looking forward to a couple of things. I'm not looking forward to Amanda Waller. I care less about that. The Authority, whatever. You know, I am looking forward to the Green
What about
Lantern.
Creature Commandos right out of the gate?
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I'm not. Are you in?
Cartoon. He ain't gonna watch it. It's that good stuff.
No, don't. I watched the cartoon full.
What cartoon?
As a matter of fact, right now I'm watching. I'm still trying to finish the Cape Crusader, which is actually all right. It's okay.
He won't
the
watch the
Amazon
things
one?
that he thinks are for teens, but he's all about cartoons now.
Yeah.
I don't.
But he hated the X-Men when it came out.
Listen, you sons of bitches, all of you sons of bitches. I wasn't a fan of the X-Men.
It was fucking good.
It was
Back
fucking
like
good.
in the 90s.
No, I'm talking about the new one.
X-Men
like the new
97 was
one?
awesome.
Huh?
You didn't
You
like
like
that?
you like Morbius, but you didn't like X-Men '97.
No, I could see where the new X-Men cartoon was deeper. It was good. It was
Animation,
better.
sir. Animation.
I'm sorry. The animation.
Bring down your tone when you talk.
I will. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what animations that do float my boat and give me it makes me pop a tall boy. I'm looking forward to Arcana. I'm looking forward to Arcana 2, the second part. And I'm looking forward to Blue Eyed Samurai, the second season.
Oh, they won the award. Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
I don't think any of us need to know what made you pop a tall boy.
I know.
That's your shirt. I popped a tall boy. That's going to be your shirt.
You know what, you sons of bitches? I don't care.
There's not an episode that you don't say that. So
that's what I'm kind of known for.
Right?
Matter of fact, J. Rob says, I'm just making sure it says in Caesar's voice, you sons of bitches. You son of a bitch. But
son of the beach.
X-Men 97 was okay. It was okay. The Cape Crusader, it's kind of cool because it's kind of retro looking. It's kind of cool. I dig that too. But the Creature Commando,
I just don't have any interest in the characters.
Yeah, that's the kick, and it's starting things. So
I just have no faith in DC.
Yeah.
You have no faith in
DC.
In DC? No. DC movies. No. Live action DC
No,
movies.
I'm going to wait till James Gunn finally does something. Then we can. You know what's going to be the catalyst, right? This fucking Superman Legacy cartoon.
Superman was, yeah.
We're going to see if this one absolutely poops the bed. Do you know what everyone's going to say? Forget it. Everything from here on now is going to be crappy as hell. Forget it. But if it's actually decent.
Everybody's gonna have high expectations though immediately because they're trying to. Hey, it better be better than Snyder. It better be better than this. It better be the God Save You or whatever the hell. Like, I am gonna try to be as level-headed as possible.
I think a lot of people are. They just want to see a damn decent DC movie.
Yeah, but here's the
Kick it
problem.
off.
Here's the problem with the DCU, okay,
Mhm.
of what I see. They're starting with Superman again, and they're already trying to put too many characters in there. How did the MCU start? Iron Man. One guy. They should have started it off with like a new even Green Lantern. Started off with Green Lantern. Started off with I wouldn't even say Batman. They should have stayed away from Batman. They should have stayed away from Superman. They should have started with a couple of the other characters, made them really strong ass movies, then bring in Superman. We've all seen Superman done so many times. No one really gives a shit.
I want
No
a
one really gives a
real
shit
I
about
would
good
have
the
loved to
Martian
see a
Manhunter.
Red Hood right out of the gate. That would have been cool. Like a Red Hood and then brought in through there.
Well, how do you do Red Hood out of the gate if you're not doing Batman?
Batman.
Well, that's true. But or
Because
Nightwing.
Batman already exists.
You
Yeah.
could do Ra's al
that's-
Ghul.
Like same thing. Like we didn't have a huge backstory when they brought in Spider-Man. Spider-Man already existed. They just put him in there. Uncle Ben. There was no Uncle Ben already. There was no this. We didn't have
Yeah,
a
but
huge background.
You're talking about having that existing universe already.
Right.
That doesn't
It
really
can't be
work.
done. He can't start with it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, but they could have Red
Oh,
Hood on his own because Batman's already, we already have Batman exists clearly in that time frame.
But they could do that. But the thing is, they could do that since they have HBO. Then since they have Max, they could do even little shows of these characters, introducing them and just making them badass, and then eventually just basically make a Justice League right by doing like what they did with the Avengers. I know they tried to do that Batman right, not really. They did Wonder Woman, then they did Aquaman, then they did
The
Flash.
failure of the
but they started with the Justice League.
the failure of the DC universe, the Snyderverse, whatever you want to call it, was that they tried to instantly replicate what Avengers did.
Yeah.
They said, we're doing all of these movies, we're doing sequels and whatever, and they signed everyone on for them before they even did one thing that was successful.
That's right.
That's the problem. And if you're talking about doing shows and movies and things to get it started already, it's the same thing over again.
Yeah,
like that's why I'm not, James Gunn is there, it's all going to work out. I'm
and
sorry.
They need to pass these guys for a 10 movie contract like Marvel did. Like you might be one movie, but you're going to cameo in 9 other ones. It's in your contract.
Honestly, Wonder Woman was done good the first time, and then they messed up.
I loved the first Wonder Woman. I really did. I could watch that.
Well, a lot of people would say the first Wonder Woman, the first Aquaman, everyone was digging on it.
I don't mind the first Aquaman.
But they couldn't do what MCU was doing. But now is a good time because MCU is kind of jacked up. It's too big. So.
Now it's a good time, but you saw the what Dell posted, right? That it's not big news that DC's been eyeing Jason Momoa to play Lobo. He's been rumored to play Lobo when he was already Aquaman. He's gonna be in makeup anyways. He's gonna be the same voice. We're all gonna know it's Jason Momoa playing Lobo. But let's be honest, that's a pretty good casting. I'm not gonna lie.
That is, without a doubt.
That's a great.
He can sound like it. He can play the asshole. He's a biker. It'll work. I think. I just think they should have started off with a single character and strong, and then went from that.
Martian Manhunter, man, I want to see him.
That's such a good tease at the end of it.
Solo movie that.
I know you're right.
You have it had to be one of the main, but it didn't need to be Superman.
Is that the word they teased them? Was it the Superman Batman? Oh no, which movie was it that they teased them?
The Zack Snyder extended.
The Snyderverse.
Which
right at the end.
I like the Snyderverse. I do like the Snyderverse version better than the original.
Dorf is like,
Dorf, you try to tell me if you had a choice between those two.
Kill it.
If you had a choice between those two, you would stuck with the other one, not the
I
Snyderverse?
wouldn't watch either again.
Oh.
I would watch
I'm
them
not
then.
telling you
That's
go
the
watch it
most
again.
correct
I'm
answer.
just saying if you had a choice between those two, which one would you
Do
watch?
you like
Which one you
this
prefer?
piece of shit or this slightly longer piece of shit?
Hey, I saw Dark Side, so I'm
Hey,
in.
that's the choices we got on a lot of shit right now.
Yeah, I mean
Yep.
that's just the
So-
thing.
And
Is,
I would
might
like
as
to
well do it for
avoid
that
more of the shit.
listen, I tell you what, I saw one version had Dark Side and one version have a hell lot better Steppenwolf than the other. That already alone, I'm like, all right, I'm in. I mean, I will take that version better.
Okay, I bet we don't need to. I'm not feeling- Man, Jason, look at the
I
hot
mean, come
takes.
on, J. Rob. The thing is that if it's, we all know Momo is the best. Look, I mean, whatever, man. You know what? It's all bullshit. I don't care.
Anyways,
You
we're at
sons
the
of
2 hour
bitches.
mark.
I don't.
We're at the 2 hour mark. Let's go to sure because we're trying.
Oh,
Guys, he just had one heart attack, man.
you know what?
Please.
I'm trying not to stress out here, but you guys stress me out because
Sons
you
of bitches.
sons of bitches.
Okay,
I'm just going to
let's-
do one more quick fantasy cast from someone who's already been used in a different DC thing because we're on it anyway. Guy Gardner, Stephen Amell, who played Arrow. I think he could make a fun Guy Gardner. Just throwing that out for you.
But don't they already have Ryan Fillion
got-
or that?
They have
No, that's
Nathan
in the
Fillion.
that's in the movie version. If they're
Yeah.
doing this, supposedly the TV detective series is supposed to be Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner. At least that's what it originally was. Who knows what
Wait
it's
a minute,
actually?
wait. So the Fillion guy, whatever, he's
Nathan
gonna play
in the movie.
Nathan Fillion. He's gonna play the which movie? The Superman movie?
Superman.
Yes.
So they really are packing two.
Because he plays in everything James Gunn now. So
Yeah.
That-
And I love
Superman
Nathan
has
Fillion.
a
I actually love
Aquaman,
Nathan Fillion. So
Yeah.
Our hot girl.
Nathan Fillion is great. That doesn't mean the movie's going to be great.
right.
Yeah.
We should do a watch party. We should all just buy tickets and go watch the first Superman movie and then come back and.
I mean, I'm
You
gonna
gotta buy
watch
the
it.
whole
We
theater
do a
out.
reading party.
We're
too.
all gonna watch
We
it.
should
We
do
all
a
know
reading
that.
party. Reading party. I mean, for Christmas, I'm gonna buy you an audiobook. I know I'm gonna go buy you.
Huh?
So, an
I don't know.
audiobook.
I think he had a couple shots. Don't worry about what he's saying right now.
I'm tired. I don't think we
You know what? All right, let's end this show.
Sign yourself off, Del.
Bye, y'all, sons of bitches.
I got your back.
All right, let's time for the sign off. It's time for the sign.
So let's go with Dorf. It was the last one.
Let's go with Door first. You just go
See if it doesn't freeze.
before your internet goes out.
Hey, my
Or
internet's been
please.
fine for like 15
Ah.
minutes. Dorf Knight, am I frozen? Are you guys laughing at me because I'm frozen?
You're
No, I'm laughing at the comment J. Rob said. You're waiting for him to watch it on Tubi. You're fucking you son of a bitch. Oh, there you go.
Anyhow, Dorf Knight on Dorf Burger on Facebook. You guys can find me in Comic Buy Sell Trade, D&D's Comic Smash group, Ramen Reserves. I'm all over Facebook. I help you hunt down what you're looking for. I got books to sell and trade. Whatever it is you're looking for, just reach out.
Yep, it's true.
And thank you guys for having me again.
Yeah, he's very successful. All right, James.
Well, just look at the ticker. That's good enough for me.
Sons of bitches.
James Comic Uprising. If you guys want to just kick back, have good times, and focus on positivity, you can find me on IG. And I run some whatnot shows that I have fun selling a lot of books that's starting at $1. So yeah, so be good, and thanks everybody for being yourselves. Truly.
Ryan Kincaid. You can just Google or go to Ryan M. Kincaid.
Google, fuck you, right?
Google it.
Wow.
Google it, buddy.
Google me, bitch.
Wow.
I
I'm
don't
a
have
pretty
a ticker.
big deal.
Just do
Yeah.
that right there.
You
I don't
can
have a
just
ticker.
Google me.
I'm not smart enough as James to put my @ symbol on there. Everything's under Ryan M. Kincaid on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Or Google.
And where are we gonna find you, Ryan? What's your next one?
Next show will be New York City Comic Con,
See you there on Sunday.
right next to Humberto Ramos with a Ramos Persuasion exclusive.
Ooh.
Yeah, eat them suckers. I got part of the Holy Trinity doing a book for me.
Whatever. They get to move on.
Quoting Ryan, eat them suckers.
Eat them. I didn't want to steal sons of bitches.
That's right. Well, J Rob, you son of a bitch. Screw you. Where your not funny jokes. Actually, it's pretty funny. You guys know where to find me. Caesar at the Real Dracula's Wolf on the Instagram. I've been doing on fire with the reels. People have been hitting me up left and right to do the reels. And once again, if you need something, if you need a voiceover promotion and you want a voice, I'm your man. Every time you need something, I am here. Listen, it works, people. Reels fucking works. It gets thousands of views and it gets you exposure. So go into, and we're going to see you guys next Wednesday. Next Tuesday. We're going to try to figure out. We're still got some stuff going on, but great show. David Nakayama was top notch for the 35, 40 minutes we had. He was such a gentleman, answering everyone's questions. And Dorf, thank you for jumping in late. James, my man, we talk on the daily. Ryan, you have no idea how much I'm looking forward to hanging out with you next year.
Always.
And then we have Dell.
And then we got Dell.
So it's hard to follow up, Mrs. Katniss Everdeen over here because he's on fire. Anyways,
You're just talking the
I
truth.
mean, I'm
66K. 66K. That's all you gotta say.
with no help with Caesar. So
It's true, right? Dell does the whole Facebook thing. This is all 66,000 followers.
this
Is all
is
Dell.
off Ryan because I put all those rumors out there.
I'm more I do more the IG side, but Dell, kudos to Dell, man. Dell's getting all 66,000 followers. Let's be honest.
I didn't say you weren't good at your job, Dell. I just said what your job. I just don't read it all.
Oh, I mean, you're not the only one that doesn't read it here, so it's fine. With that being said, next week, I honestly don't know who we're gonna have on. I've been busy doing all this other stuff, but we are gonna get somebody on as usual. It's a fun show. I'm glad y'all tuned in. I'm glad David was here for a little while. Jason as well. I know it's time crunch. Oh, okay. What do you want to show? Oh, look at that.
Oh, you already got your badge for
This one, that
Oh,
badge.
you too as well. Look at you guys.
Mine has a cool thing on the bottom that says something. I just don't know yet.
Oh,
Artist?
I have no idea.
Exhibitor.
Probably
Maybe.
exhibitor. I don't know.
All right. With that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Next Tuesday at 8 p.m. We're going back to normal.
Normal time.
If anything, we'll probably have a shit show and just invite a couple of guys. We'll see if Caesar gets the invitations out there because you know how he is. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. 66,000. We should hit 70,000 by next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push that 100%.
That's right.
And one more time, shout out to our
This
sponsor.
episode of the Comic Menu is proudly sponsored by Superior Stand, the stand that stands back. Use code The Comic Menu for 25% off at superiorstand.com. And follow us on Instagram at The Superior Stand for more.
Yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be getting. Jason was very.
And we're gonna do a
very
giveaway
cool.
as well.
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
going to be doing a
for y'all.
giveaway soon. And Jason's very nice. He's going to be sending me 12 Superior stands to go with my top shelf.
Obviously, Caesar had to get all the colors because he's
I'm
such
going to color coordinate. Hey, come on, man! I'm giving a shout out.
Now you color
All right,
coordinate.
you know what?
When the fuck have you
Good
recorded?
night, everybody.
Anyways.
It's a great show.
What's the meaning of this disturbance?